twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Night's a beast, it devours the weak. Steel and fire, the language I speak. Dust in my lungs, wind in my face. Speed's my temple, this road's my grace. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Ain't no cage that can hold me down. No leash, no chains, no goddamn crown. I'm a rebel, yeah, my spirit's raw. The world can't touch what the wild man saw. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Wheels screaming loud under a blood-red sky. Roads twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul.
Welcome back to coverage of the NASRA Endurance Series presented by Prosper Engineering. And we welcome you to the virtual Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Cheese curds, poutine, Sargento cheese, and the 2 hours of Road America tonight. Welcome to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, listening on CRN as well. Finkelstein Hopton. He loves these types of cars. He loves these types of endurance races. I'm Wesley Outland. We'll guide the ship for you throughout the evening. Understanding there's a little technical issue on YouTube, but I think we're still cleared to broadcast. And Dean has got everything up and going. Dean, you ready for Road America, man? Gotta love road course racing. This is a really fun place.
I do, Wesley. Absolutely. Should be looking forward to this one tonight. And here is your qualifying.
All right, so there is your qualifying results. And with that being said, we'll have the starting lineup for you. As I guess I'm just going to read down the list, I guess, right?
That's it,
Tyler
sir.
Justice was the fast qualifier. 2 minutes, 3.605 seconds. He'll be the man to lead with a green flag. On the outside of the front row, Matthew David Wood, MDW. Will he win again? Isaac Bevan, Casey Sullivan making up row number 2.
We got to get green flag.
Shearer, Tristan Bruce, Noah Blackwell, Devin Painter, Shane Scott, Luke Smith first 10. Newton, Miller, Helton, Gordon, Miller, Suss, Gordon, Cherry, Larson, Brokaw. Ready to come to the green on the clock. 2-hour time limit. We're underway at Road America. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race, and look at these beautiful looking cars. Their kaleidoscope of color, sending it down into the first corner. This is a fun track. This track is just at 4 miles, 4.048 miles, 14 turns. They're already in turns 1, 2, and 3 after coming off of the Road America straight there, Dean. Heading now your way towards the Sargento Bridge.
MDW putting a challenge for the lead at the moment. Tyler Justice did get it on pole there for the Mercedes. So it's Mercedes versus BMW already. MDW heavy braking down the inside. That's in turn 1, 2, 3.
This is in turn 5 and 6.
Well, 5 and 6.
No,
yeah.
this is in turn 5 and 6, man. They're now in the Corvette Bridge heading towards the Hurry Downs, quickly approaching turns number 8 and 9 and heading to the carousel of the racetrack here the next time they round it. Here they come, hitting the carousel now.
I forgot you guys like to count half turns as full turns.
Yeah, they're making quick times, man, around here. Now passing the Continental Tire Bridge in the kink of the racetrack, and now hitting the turn number 11 down to what they call Kettle Bottoms, and that'll take you into Canada Corner. You see them right now working their way into that part of the course. There's that kink. Kettle Bottoms awaits, heading towards Canada Corner. Dean in the turn 12, 13, and 14. That is the Bill Mitchell bend through the hot tunnel.
And around.
And we got one going around. Look out, Noah Blackwell.
I think he got thrown off the racing line there too, Wesley, and so that just completely turned him around. Looking for that acceleration,
wow.
as you could see in the corner there. That's going to overheat the tyres and kick up a bit of kitty litter as well too. So just like that, my friend, yeah, from the sub-penthouse to the outhouse.
And here they come, coming out of Hawk Tunnel from the Bill Mitchell bend in 12, 13, and 14. They're on the front straightaway. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lap. Passing by the Gardner-Denver Bridge. And that is lap number 1 completed here at Road America. There's a way they get around the track, and you can already see we're riding on board with Devin Painter outside the top 5 and 6, and they're already back into 1, 2, and 3 of the course.
Is he going to go for it? The next turn up here will be a left. That's right. You guys know all about left turns in the States.
Left turns.
But yep, there we go. And but guess what? You got a right turn coming up here in a second, Wesley. After this left, and then you got a kink to the right.
Already heading to the Corvette Bridge, as we mentioned, here at Road America, by the way. That is in turns number 5 and 6 off the Moraine Sweep, heading to Hurry Downs. There's that sharp turn into that carousel from the Johnsonville Bridge. Obviously, to try to help you be aware where some of those places are, you look for the Johnsonville Brotts Bridge. You look for the Continental Tire Bridge. That'll lead you to the kink. And there you see them now working through that. Heading now back into Kettle Bottoms. What a fun place this is. Into turn number 13, Canada Corner. Awaits the drivers into the Bill Mitchell Bend.
Yeah, I wanted to
I'll
ask
tell you
that,
what, it's
Leslie.
4 miles, Dean, but this lap flies by quickly, man. I mean, 2 miles in a hurry. Shane Scott, you're on board with him in the 21.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, actually, Wesley, if you'd been to this track before, because I know you've been to a lot of tracks across the United States of America.
Yes, I
Casting
have.
races.
I have been.
Yeah.
I have been to Road America before. I've actually been to Road Atlanta, also Road America. I've been to Road America probably about 5 years ago. I did an ARCA race, and yes, sir. Fun place here for sure.
How do you go when you're casting races? I presume you're just casting it from the screens most of the time, because there's no spot that you can stand up there and watch all the cars on track.
I mean, like whenever we were working with MAV TV, which is now known as the Racer Network, whenever we done the ARCA broadcasts, as well, we got a car going around in front of Shane Scott. Off track, Luke Smith. Kermit 27. Corvette, there it is. The Calios entry, got to get back on course and go again. Corvette of Luke Smith down all the way into the top 12. Here's a look at a replay. Just cars shot around on Luke there. Kermit the Frog, I'm spinning.
Kermit just loved it. He missed the green grass, you see, and figured he needed to get out there for a second and test it.
Looking for some carrots, looking for some carrots, looking for some broccoli.
Well, he's on the rebound back now. As, he's dropped back
but no,
to
Dean, to
P13.
answer your question, so whenever we done the ARCA broadcast on MAV TV, basically what they did is they had multiple cameras all around the racetrack, and basically you called the monitor like we're calling it for iRacing.
Okay.
You had a producer, and they hit the shots of the camera, action shots, and we called what was on the monitor. So that's how we did it. Because you're right, there's no way possible that you could be able to see the entire race course. I mean, hell, even race control and the officials can't do that. They gotta look at monitors to keep up with everything.
Okay.
You know, they run NASCAR here, they run IndyCar, they run IMSA WeatherTech, they run MotoGP. So yeah.
You got Noel at the moment. Blackwell's flashing his lights, maybe a little bit there at Tyler. I'm not quite sure why, but he doesn't need to be getting out of the way. It must have been something that might have had between. See, once again, something between these two drivers. I don't know what he's trying to expect there. Is he trying to throw Tyler off? Because this is not. Whoa! 3 wide action there, Wes. That's he could have 2-for-1 special there, and he gets past JD and Tyler. Yeah, I don't know if that was just out of frustration there. Maybe they had a little collision or come together there, or maybe if he felt like he's been held up, then simply get the overtake like we just did there, Noel. I mean, he's down
by the way,
8 places too.
Just like another race here in round 3 of the season. Matthew David Wood up in the lead. In 1 lap, he has climbed and moved his way. Obviously, fast man on the racetrack and leading the way now over 5 seconds over Tyler Justice in his Mercedes-Benz. Casey Sullivan in a Corvette. And the BMW of Matthew David Wood continuing to lead them here. Hey, Road America is a premier 4.048 mile, 6.515 kilometer, 14-turn permanent road course located near Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, known as America's National Park of Speed. It spans 640 acres and maintains its original 1955 layout, Dean, featuring significant elevation changes, a 1-mile front straightaway, and a renowned fast-flowing configuration, making this a very fun track as they work back now towards turns number 9 and 10 to the carousel past the Johnsonville Bridge.
Nice little battle there between Josh Suss and Luke Smith. Luke Smith got the edge there, got him into the corner. Josh Suss took him back, and I'm sure this is not over yet. Luke Smith managed to mount another attack, and this is basically Corvette versus Porsche, my friend. So Europe versus USA.
Yes, sir. That is the Mission Foods Bridge, which used to be known as the Continental Tire Bridge. It's now the Mission Foods Bridge, and they're already worked through that, going up to Kettle Bottoms into the Canada corner, and already heading back towards 12, 13, and 14 in the Bill Mitchell Bend, going back to start finish. And unbelievable, actually. Dean, you're already working 4 laps leading in this race right now is Joshua Suss in a great battle with Luke Smith and more. He's on the inside. Driver right is Smith at the line.
Yeah, Joshua is sticking to the racing line. Ultimately, the inside there, but Luke Smith will, if he can make it stop, which he does, will slow down at least. Joshua Smith now has to mount his attack back. Fantastic racing between these two. Seeing blinking again in the background from Noel.
On a time limit.
We are seeing
race is on a time limit.
Noel blinking again in the background. Now we'll go back in a second and show a replay of Noel. Noel had an incident on lap 1 which pushed him back basically a bunch of places. He's down 7 from his original position. But he currently at the moment is trying to fight his way back up. I don't know if he's flashing his lights just to throw the other drivers off, but it looks like if he can make this stick before they make their way around up to the carousel soon, that you were talking about there. Looks like an overtake in the background. Matt Cherry on Dustin Gordon. Matt Cherry's following in the similar pace speed you would imagine. They're the Dustin. We also got JD Larson and Joey Helton going for it tooth and nail in the background. This is all around 13th and downwards that you can see in your pictures before the Wes.
Hey, what to, Dean? Tonight's an improvement, right? We're up to 20 cars for this race, 20 entries. And Joshua Suss was telling me also that as more and more drivers get eliminated from road to pro, then he thinks more entries will pick up. So obviously our biggest car count for this Prosper Engineering Endurance Series here for 2 hours at Road America. And right now, MDW, Matthew David Wood, currently the man that is leading the way. By the way, 2 wins right now. Last time we raced was Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez on February the 3rd for the 2-hour Grand Prix, and Matthew David Wood won that one, and then he turned around and he won Charlotte. We might have to put a bounty against this guy if he keeps doing what he's doing. By the way, there's a look at your point standings as they move into round number 3 of the season. Remember, they're bi-weekly, so they will not return back to action until March the 3rd. Final race of February.
Good little battle up the road there. Casey Sullivan, Isaac Bevan, and we're on board right now with Devin Painter, who just sits there and watch this one, unless he wants to try, as you said, Noel Blackwater 2-for-1 special. And Noel did to get himself up at a P13. He'd like to be up here racing with these drivers. No doubt he was around that qualifying position. So I'll see how it pans out for him. But that's the thing about endurance races there. You've got time to make up if you've got the speed, Leslie.
Yeah, you really do. Obviously seeing these guys working their way around the racetrack. Matthew David Wood continuing to lead MDW in the BMW. He's a full-time racer, 2-time winner this year. Justice in second. And there's that battle now behind them for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You're watching Isaac Bevan trying to negotiate through Sullivan and Painter on the racetrack as they go off course just a little bit there, Dean.
Yeah, you don't want to be going off too much. You see what happens. You get no grip out there. Swings the rear end around and then you're in big trouble. Well, there is a bit of a runoff area, as you know. Nobody's hit any major collision into the fence or anything like that. Fastest lap just set there by MDW up the road by almost 6 seconds to Tyler Justice. And we all know what happens when MDW gets up the road. It's very hard to start catching him. But the rest of the field are very much keeping us nice and entertained here with some close battles.
MDW, Matthew David Wood, Justice Sullivan, Bevan, Painter, top 5 as we get things started for the 2 hours of Road America here for round 3 in the Prosper Engineering Endura in NASRA Endurance Series.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Back here at Road America, virtual Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, the site of round number 3 in the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. Tonight is the Murph's Magical Creations 2 hours of Road America. I'm Wesley Outland, Bigglestein Hopton alongside. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget NASRA Cup Series tomorrow night from Daytona. No, not from Daytona. Where are we going to be? I was torturing. It's torturing Dean.
No, do not.
Dean, we're not at Daytona until Aussie NASCAR Thursday.
Yeah. You know what? I'm next year. I'm going on holidays during that week, that month. Whoa, Scotty, make it stop, son. BMW versus BMW's on the back. They almost took out T. Bruce.
Dean Hopton wants to boycott against Daytona. He's pooped out for Daytona.
I'm boycotting against every league on the planet doing Daytona all at the same time. That's what I'm protesting against there, Wes.
I mean, yeah, I like Daytona.
All copying each other. All copycats. Where's the creativity? Where's the originality?
We saw some really cool races for Daytona, obviously. Yeah.
It's just that, I just feel like I'm stuck in Groundhog Day during that week. That's why I am. I'll take holidays. I'm going to take holidays off next year at the same time of Daytona week. That'll be my holiday.
By the way, tomorrow night we are in Chicagoland. I just was joking with you, by the way. The final race of the regular season for the NASRA Cup Series tomorrow night. Chicagoland, the Windy City, for the NASRA Cup Series. Don't forget NASRA Cops trucks in action as well on Friday. There's the upcoming schedule. And as we mentioned, this series is bi-weekly, so they will not race again until the 3rd of March. That again will be on March the 3rd. And that race will be at Sebring. That'll be a fun one there, Dean. Sebring International, Florida.
I wonder what happened to Joshua Suss. He was battling up here with Luke Smith here. Now you got Miller. Joshua Suss has dropped back to P13 now. Looks like Noah Blackwell got past him as well. And Luke Smith is holding on his position. This is where he started the race too, for Kermit DeFrog. In P10. He's the only, himself and T. Bruce, the only two drivers who haven't gained or lost any positions at the moment. T. Bruce in P6. So that's one of the closest battles, but we will go back up to this three-way battle. Once again, Devin Painter, Casey Sullivan, and Isaac Bevan, all line astern, battling for sheep stations here at the moment there, Wesley.
Gotta love it for sure. Is all this going on board. Devin Painter, the Monster Energy number 99. He's in 3rd. Working now 17 minutes of a 2-hour time limit for this event. Matthew David Wood leading the way, still continuing to stay out in front. Tyler Justice, Casey Sullivan, your top 3 podium. Then it's Isaac Bevan, Devin Painter. As you see those guys now battling for 4th and 5th on the course here.
Joshua Suss under a bit of pressure there from Joey Helton now, as Joey's looking to make himself go up a position. Up back to where he started this race in P13. If he can make his way past Joshua Suss. Joshua Suss is going to do his best to try to hold him off, no doubt. I'd ask you too, Wesley, which is your favourite looking GT3 car of all these?
The series?
Well, first of all, I mean, let's go 2 questions.
My
your favourite car?
My favourite make, I guess.
Yeah, your favourite manufacturer, and then your favourite livery.
I mean,
whoa, that's a lot.
Say the Corvette looks good. I mean, it really does. But I would probably say that I like the what is that? The Porsche car.
Like this one that Joshua Suss has, Porsche.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, I like the body of it for sure. I would say between Corvette and Porsche is a tie.
All right.
And then there's the Star Trek car in 8th. What car is that? Adam Newton. What is he driving?
It's a McLaren.
Yeah, that's a nice looking car.
Star Trek.
It's got the Star Trek badge on the ticker here. It's got the.
I think McLaren was around way before Star Trek was. Got a pit stop,
Probably
actually.
so.
It was,
European
actually.
sports cars, right?
Yeah. So Tyler comes in the
Hey,
pit
we're
road.
seeing pit stops already. Look at this.
Yeah, it's a bit early.
Brokaw.
You would imagine there, Wesley. We'd
Yeah.
expected about a quarter of the race distance, again, like we saw last time.
Man, I ain't said the name Brokaw since I watched NBC with Tom Brokaw. That's Tyler Brokaw, by the way, on the pit lane. Pardon the pun. By the way, this track, the front straightaway itself, where they're about to hit, is 1 mile long. Coming out of turn 14, Dean, that's that Road America straight from the Gardner Denver Bridge. It's a 1 mile. Look at this, 1 mile, and we got a car going a little loose. There he goes around.
There's your Star Trek car of Adam Newton.
Oh boy, there's Adam Newton with problems. Uh-oh. See, I'm bad luck, Dean. I mention a driver and then he spins, right? The Star Trek guy, you know.
You have to get used to this one too. We've got a four-way battle brewing, all behind Joshua Suss at this point. Joe Helton, Matt Cherry, and Dustin Gordon are all starting to catch up. You can see them in the pictures there. This is all battling for 13th place that Suss is holding on to, but not if he goes deep like that. And Joshua Suss is going to lose 4 places just like that I spoke about, just by going and running a little bit too deep out of the turn. I know, we should catch up to the back of him.
Talking about how much I like this Porsche car. He runs off the course.
That was on you. Yeah, you jinxed it.
That's on Joshua Suss down below, by the way. You can see him. There's his reaction. He's going to shake it off, right? Just get back out there again. 21 minutes coming up in sim time, about an hour. And, oh, where are we at right now, I guess?
What's that?
I'm trying to think how much sim time we got. We got about an hour and 40 minutes left. Yeah.
I think YouTube's back up there. It looks like it's working okay for me there.
Oh, yeah. YouTube in America, I think, went down. I don't know if it's back up again or not.
No, internationally, not just the States, mate. It went down for me, too. Well, streaming was okay, but just actually getting to the YouTube page itself wasn't loading properly for me.
It does look like YouTube is back up and going again. So, yeah.
So you're not getting hacked by the Chinese yet?
Yet.
As Noel Blackwell is looking to try to get past Kaylee Miller. Is it Kaylee?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I'm sorry. I was trying to share a link. It's Blackwell and Blackwell battling there, but I think it's Collie Miller. Collie Miller.
Yeah.
Collie Miller. Collie. We'll just check old Google. What do you think?
Google's down. Well, it was before, right? I mean, YouTube owned, Google's YouTube, remember? It's Alphabet Inc. company. They own both of them. They're set. Google and YouTube's in the same data center. Well, data centers, plural. They have multiple of them, of course, around the world, which is in one location.
So the way that you pronounce the name Miller is Coe Miller.
All right.
KOI-EE or KOH-EE. Coe Miller. So there you go.
So I want to have a look.
Thank you to the world of Google for helping us out with that.
Yeah. In a second, if he gets the overtake done, and he might up at the inside. Ooh. I get cameras that can actually show something to do with it
right there.
Yeah. Gonna make it stick, bub.
Only on the days that end in Y.
So, Noel Blackwell making his way back up to the field there. He's still down 4 places from where he started. I want to go back and look at the replay of what happened as to what put Noel Blackwater on the back foot in the start of the race here. So here he is. Might be a solo. Oh, yeah, it was a solo spin. That's the one that we saw before, wasn't it? When he had a little tank slapper in the fence and dropped him all the way back to the field. The only problem, of course, when you do spin, isn't it? Wesley, on the first lap, you've got the whole field that's going to go swinging on by. And I think that was just somebody running a little bit wide there. That was Joey Holton. And they just dropped him back a couple of places. So what was the spinner there? You see that? I can't... who was that spinner?
One going off course here. I'm trying to look at the info here. It looks...
There's just a couple of drivers running
boy,
off track.
hold on there. That's the 111 car.
Yeah.
That's...
And then somebody else went around too.
That's Dalton Shearer, by the way. Dalton Shearer with a problem. And then another one in the back there.
Yeah.
There's
collision.
contact up ahead. There you see it. Yep.
It's a 23.
Off course, the 23 car. That is...
Colton.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 23 of Colton Gordon. So his Corvette off course. There you go.
Yeah.
Replay, another angle of it. Watch this again.
Now, that's strange. That didn't even show up on our software. On our software as an accident. Gets around that. Wow. And this is where it's going to go.
There was a multi-car accident up in front of him. He just had 3 cautions at one time.
Yeah.
Oh, Gordon just got slammed into.
He
lost
locked
the
up.
front clip of his car.
Locked up the rear brakes into the braking, and then the front went into the other cars that were on the racing line. And then later on, Wesley, he has a moment on lap 4. Maybe this could have been because of the damage. Oh, no, it just goes around. Yeah. Hits the inside chicane. Don't back up.
These drivers are given 2 fast repairs. Unlimited sets of tires are available. Fuel capacity is at 55%, so that means, they will be coming down to the pit lane half more, half the distance of what they would normally come down pit road, so you'll see more pit stops, is what I meant to say. Incident penalties are the first at 15x, then every 10x. In sim date time, night, 6 o'clock, August 18th, 2026. It's like we're back to the future in iRacing today. Yeah.
Great Scott.
Back to the future. Great Scott. And speaking of Shane Scott, where's he at? Well, great segue. He's in 7th right now.
Yep. He's a couple places down from them. This is the BMW battle as well, too. There. So Isaac Bevan, Beamer, Devin Painter, Beamer, Tristan Bruce, Beamer, Shane Scott, Beamer. In fact, Beamer, as you can see in the manufacturers on the timing tower, that seems to be the car of choice between most. MBW sticking with that one too. And then the rest of the field to split up with some of the other manufacturers. No, we are missing, I don't see any Lamborghinis. Don't see any Aston Martins.
Oh.
I think that's about the 2. Unless anybody in the chat can let us know which are the other ones that potentially that have chosen not to drive. All the cars are available in the series. It just depends if who wants to use them.
Matthew David Wood come into tonight's race, obviously winning both races at Charlotte and Autodromo Hermanas Rodriguez 2 weeks ago. And he has a 3-point lead. Dean, that puzzles me. Only 3 points separate Matthew David Wood and Shane Scott right now. 8 points separate Luke Smith in third to the leader.
Yeah.
And then 12 points separate a 3-way tie with Larson, Helton, and Shearer for 4th.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Look at that.
For Blackwell. Interesting. And Miller, sorry. What's it? Yeah, well, it's because remember in this series, you don't get a big, massive gain for winning a race, like for points, Wesley. So, it's not that situation.
Miller on pit road.
Yeah, it's not that situation where, like in Formula 1 and stuff like that, the winner gets 25 points, second place gets 18 or something like that, right? In this case, it's not. You probably can look up the point system, but as you can see, if Shane Scott is only 3 points behind MDW, the winner doesn't have a massive advantage. Great bragging rights, no doubt, but it keeps the championship nice and tight, as you can see.
No, you're exactly right. It looks like the winner of the race gets 20 points. Second place gets 19 points. Third place, 18 points, 17, 16, and so on. So 1 point increments down the line is what it looks like for the point standings. Yes, sir.
So consistency is going to be the key to winning the championship. because of MDW, even though he could win every race this season, if he does miss one or crash out, all of a sudden he's on the back foot. These two are battling it out. MDW has entered pit lane, Wesley.
Leader on pit road.
Yep.
First time in the race. There's Larson and Gordon battling on course. And by the way, going on for 15th and 16th.
Yep.
Now the top four on pit road. Here comes Tyler Justice, Casey Sullivan, Isaac Bevan, Tristan Bruce, all on pit road or pit exit. Went about 14 laps before they pitted for the first time for Matthew David Wood. So roughly around 14, 15 laps. And if it was on a full tank, they'd probably go about 30 or so, 28 or 30 laps. And they're coming down to the pit lane. So
that's to be expected now.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, more people are pitting, by the way.
Yeah, I was just saying, to be expected, actually. We figured at about halfway, the half an hour mark is what they can get out of a tank of gas in these cars. So expect during this race 4 pit stops, essentially, my friend. You know.
30 minutes into the Prosper Engineering Endurance Series, 2 hours of Road America presented by Murph's Magical Creations. We step away. We take a break. We got to thank our partner as well. We're back in a moment. Stay with us. If anything happens exciting, we'll break in for the endurance race in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. We'll be back in a moment.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Green flag pit stops continue here at Road America. Welcome back to coverage of the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. Murph's Magical Creations, 2 hours at Road America. Wesley Outland, Bigglesdean Hopton is right here with you, and I'll tell you what, pit stops shaking things up. Devin Painter now on the pit lane after he was given the lead, and it is going to cycle back around in about less than 15 seconds to MDW. There it is. You saw it go green. Matthew David Wood, now the new leader. Joey Helton now giving up fourth. He's on pit road.
Yeah, he was the last driver that had to make a pit stop there. So that's it. That's for the rest of the field. Sorry, Joshua Suss has to make a pit stop, but he comes in as well too. So that's it. They could stretch it, you'd have to say there, Wesley. So stretched to the max, 32 or so minutes into the race
15,
on that tank of fuel.
15 laps.
Yep.
Still 15 laps. If you wanted to stretch it out to about a 30-lap run at a full tank, you could. We're thinking around 28 to 30 laps. Obviously, they came in. We're wondering if maybe MDW might have stretched it, or maybe he just came in early. And guess what? Amongst all of those pit stops, he gave up the lead. He cycles back around, Dean, and he goes right back to the lead as you watch this battle now. For eighth, it's Newton and Smith going at it.
Yeah, Luke Smith just getting past Adam Newton, the Bulldog. So that's a great little battle there. We've also got a battle up there with Devin Painter and Casey Sullivan. These two have been at it for some time now, even after pit stops there, Wesley. Even after one pit stop later there for Devin Painter, he went on lap 15, lap 14 for Casey Sullivan. So not too much of a difference between the overcut and undercut of one lap. It really wouldn't make too much of a difference. If you could stretch 3 or 4 out of it, maybe. Joey Helton, unfortunately, black flag down in pit road, so might have sped there. Either sped or, remember we did speak about this with the black flags, he served that black flag as well too, so he's cleared. But remember, we talked about that later in this race, Wesley. You'll start seeing some black flags that might come up on the timing tower. That'll be for those incident points that you mentioned at the top of the hour. So the incident points will occur from running off the track too much and exploring those track limits. iRacing will deem that as you trying to gain an advantage, and thus it'll penalize you.
And now, Dean, when that happens, our viewing audience, they'll see like a black flag, a black box pop up on their name, right?
Yes, sir. And they'll have
On the far
they'll
right,
have to
but
go down
the-
and serve that
yeah.
as a drive-through. So you have to just drive through your pit through the pit lane. You don't have to stop in the box or anything, but you'll just drive through and then you come back out again. You can't service your car under that black flag as well that I'm aware of. So you won't be able to use that as a free pit stop kind of thing.
The first 15 incident points is then a penalty, and then every 10 points after, 10x, 10 points, 10. Every time after that, you get another black box, if you will. So
here comes Noel. I'll tell you what, Noel Blackwell's been doing a solid job after that spin that he had on lap 1 that you saw him go around and actually a little tap under the fence. He's had to be the hard charger, the fast charger through the field now. Gets past Adam Newton. That's a perfect overtake, you'd say. Managed to get it stopped in time so that he could spot the apex. Probably didn't have to go running off the track or anything crazy to do that, which once again can come back and bite him later in this race with the incident points. But he just executed that perfectly. Adam Newton will get the slipstream from him, but the BMW seems to be the car of choice, and talk to MBW about that. He's got a 17-second lead over everybody in this field. Further back in the field, we got a little bit of action here, my friend. All battling for sheep stations down here in 16th and 17th. Matt Cherry heads into pit road for the second time. Very interesting why he's elected to go in. Now he might have got some damage, Wes.
down control to Major Tom.
I think he has actually, yeah. Here's a replay of Matt Cherry going very wide into the grass, going to do a spinneroo, and that'll back probably straight up into the fence. There it is there, yeah. So that's done some damage to the back there because I had to go down a pit road and perhaps use a fast repair. Wesley, one of them at least.
Big props to Matt Cherry joining us, the winner of the NASRA regular circuit for Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday competition. By the way, I want to give a shout out to some of our regular NASRA guys for showing up and racing in this endurance event. Matthew David Wood, obviously, Devin Painter, Isaac Bevan, Tristan Bruce, Shane Scott, Luke Smith, Adam Newton, Joshua Suss. Big thanks also to J.D. Larson and Matt Cherry and the new names that are running this race as well.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you run with us again. Racing 2 weeks at Sebring International.
A little bit of Isaac Bevan making a little bit of a indecisive into that corner before. He went to steer into it. I think he steered just a little bit too early, and then I had to kind of counter steer a little bit. Cost him about a 10.42 to T. Bruce that we're riding on board with now, who would have spotted that incident for himself. T. Bruce setting his personal best, his fastest lap, 204.08 on that last lap, as he's looking to see if he can get past the Jack Daniels number 7 entry of Isaac Bevan, as that sun starts to get a little annoying in the driver's eyes. We'll have a look at the cockpit view, and you can see here certain locations around here at Road America where it can get a bit blinding as the sun setting in the afternoon. As you said, Back to the Future, aren't we? See the car sliding a little bit in the entrance there for Bevan. Different racing lines that they're taking. I'd say a little bit better for T. Bruce in that one. Trying to just use as much of the car, let it just roll into the corner. Still spotting the apex. See how he's hugging it like his favourite grandma. Tuck it up right there. Now under the braking point. Actually, no braking there, actually. Just a slight lift off, if anything. Let's have a look there, Wesley. Is they going to be mounting an attack around the outside there? No, it's the undercut there, but unfortunately hit the back. Has to lift off the gas.
I love that dashboard. It's so unique on board with Kristen Bruce, the Denver, North Carolina driver, on his car in the 6th position outside the top 5 right now on that BMW. Now, Dean, is everybody's dashboard different? Can we kind of like go on board cameras with all the drivers and show how Each digital dashboard is different than the other.
Yes, sir. We'll just see about the overtake first, because all the BMWs are the same, but the different manufacturers, they do look different. Up on the inside right now, Isaac Bevan still defending quite well. Not going to make it easy.
No! Isaac Bevan fighting there, holding off there. Tristan Bruce on the outside there again. He'll have to set him up again and try it one more time.
Yes, he will. That he will, Wesley. Great battle between these two drivers for 5th and 6th on your pitches. I'm going to try it again there. No, I was going to say, he's just trying to throw a dummy on him because you're going to go completely off the racing line if you're going to send it there. There it is. Power slide out of the corner for both the drivers. Better exit from T. Bruce. Now he might be looking... Not enough there. Just going to be cutting the chicane, using as much of the race course as you can. There is so much that you can go off track there before you'll get struck as an incident limit.
Fighting for that spot, no doubt.
And now the carousel, mate. This is the bit that you like, where it just keeps going and 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 going. It's like an Energizer, buddy. Wonder if you're going to do it in the right-hand turn coming up. No, it's too much of a high-speed turn, isn't it, really, to apply the pressure. That's the beauty of this track too, there, Wesley, is it doesn't have any necessarily... It's got no hairpins, put it that way. Just right-hand turns, like 90-degree right-hand turns, as we come down the start-finish line. This will be an overtaking opportunity to turn 1. If he's going to show his nose out here, he'll have to commit under braking, which means he has to brake a little bit later right now. And even that, as you can see, Wesley, isn't it? You'd have to brake a lot later, and that would compromise your exit as well, too.
Now, Dean, we talk about like super speedway racing, Daytona. Fuel, obviously, more important than tires. Tires, you can run a set of tires around Daytona or whatnot, but how worn out do tires get for this endurance race, if you will, as we're closing in on 20 minutes remaining in the first hour complete?
Oh, not too bad. I don't think the drivers did take any tires, actually, in the pit stops. We didn't actually watch them, but oof. It was about 23, 24-second pit stop for most of the drivers. Not that punishing at all. Not these temperatures. I think it's pretty cool out there at the moment. We'll get the weather up as well. There you go. So 74 Fahrenheit. It's not too bad. I don't think it's not that punishing. As you can see, this track there's a lot of high-speed turns, no doubt. I mean, you'd have to talk more to drivers about that specifically, Wes, because each track has their own, feel on the tyre wear. Are they catching? No, that's lap traffic at the moment. The number 42 is Taylor. They're going to get past him. Taylor will have to let them through because he'll be showing a blue flag. No! Yeah, Tyler.
Give him room.
Tyler's done. Unfortunately, what Tyler's done is he's slowed down to let him through, but in the corner itself, and that's not a great place to be slowing down. You have to either completely pull off the track. Should have pulled off the track on that straightaway a little bit before, slowed down, let the drivers through, but don't do it on a corner like that. That's a no-no. And see what's happened to T. Bruce now is that's probably put a slight bit of damage on the front there of the BMW, but it also hindered his attack that he's been doing in Isaac Bevan for some time, so he won't be a happy camper about that one too much. But it is what it is. Here's Noel. I don't know. Once again, Noel just flashes his lights at these other drivers that are in front of him. I don't know if he's trying to throw them off.
Right, clear path.
But it doesn't have to.
In the words of Sideswipe, clear path.
It's Luke Smith is racing for position. Oh, it just gets through. That's interesting. Well, Luke Smith just let him through there on that one.
To give up the spot, right?
No, he doesn't.
Have to,
no, that's for position. That's for battling for P8. And so Luke Smith just lets him through. You want to have a look at what it looks like in the cockpit there of inside a Corvette. There
we
it
were
is.
talking about all of the different dashes. Look at that. Look
Yeah.
at that. It's totally different than what the other guys have. Look at that. Yeah.
The one thing that they all do have generally, Wesley, is that rear view camera, because on these sports cars, my friend, you don't see too much out of your rear window naturally. So the little camera that they have, just like in most motor vehicles these days, most modern motor vehicles have a rear view camera for parking and all that sort of stuff too. But there it is. So that's there you can see. What I'd like is it has infrared thermal vision and stuff like that too. So if it was heavy fog or something like that too, Wesley, you'd be able to see the cars. But they don't have it.
Nighttime? Like at nighttime, do they
Yeah.
have like lights and stuff and whatnot?
Yeah,
So,
of course. These are not painted on lights
The
like
track
you have
ain't
in
lit.
your trucks and your cup cars, mate. These are real lights. They work. I mean, these are real
Yeah.
cars. I mean, generally these are modified a little bit for more road, for racing performance. However, each one of these cars, you can go down to your local dealer and buy one if you want. If you've got a couple of $100,000 stashed in your bank account, ready to go, sure, you can buy them.
Amazing. Well,
They're all road cars.
expensive cars, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Now you can go to eBay, I'm sure, get yourself a NASCAR cup car or a truck or something like that, can't you? If you go to eBay and buy one, sure, second hand. But I'm not sure. Oh, actually, yeah, in the States, in most of your states, you can actually drive those cars, can't you, on the road? You guys have a pretty open book on registration for cars. In Australia, you couldn't at all. We got too many limits. I mean, you just can't. You can have a bloody jet-powered engine in your car and it'd be legal to drive that in the States.
Been to the Autobahn? You ever been to the Autobahn, Dean? Is that
The Autobahn in Germany?
Yeah, Autobahn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that has it has got a speed limit. I think it's about 300.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus, get on that racetrack and
Have you
just
ever heard
drive
the term,
it's
like,
not a racetrack? It's,
He's driving like a German businessman on the Autobahn.
Yeah, he's driving like a bat out of hell.
Yeah. Well, they have a certain lane too that you got. I think there's 3 lanes, and there's like a certain one of the lanes. I think you have to stick at a certain part of the Autobahn. I think you have to stick to a speed limit, like a minimum speed limit on it.
Interesting.
Just so that you're not somebody that's driving in that lane at 100 kilometers an hour when you got somebody that's going to be driving at 300 kilometers an hour. They're going to be approaching you pretty quickly. Quite dangerous.
I mean,
Good battle for
I feel
P2.
like that on my own highway itself, right? I mean, Justice, Sullivan, Painter, single file, but how long? Devin Painter setting his sights on Sullivan in third.
Lap
That's
car
the
too.
BMW and the Corvette.
Lap car
and Justice
again.
not far ahead. Look at this! Oh wow!
Same situation as
Hey, trying to
before.
get through for one.
Same situation as before. They approached him in the corner. Lap car had to get out of the way. Luckily, he did in that case around. But you got to be a little bit more awareness for these drivers that are being lapped at the moment too, Wesley. I think they've got to have. Sometimes they don't have spotters, no doubt, and they don't really have spotters like you have in NASCAR to say car left, car right, or any of that sort of stuff. But they've got to be aware that there are fast cars coming through pretty quickly, and you've got to try to get out of the way on the straightaway. Don't try to do it on the corner. It makes it very difficult for these drivers to get past.
Believe it, MDW. If you want to go back to the front runner, the leader, 20 seconds ahead
Oh yeah, he's up the road.
of Tyler Justice and Casey Sullivan. We're watching that battle going on for second, third, and fourth.
There
They're
he is.
right there with one another. There's the leader. He's in his own world. Click, click, boom, MDW. And that BMW is soaring.
That he is,
Unbelievable.
Wesley. That he is. But the battle still remains for P2, actually. Great battle for P2. Tyler Justice, Casey Sullivan, and Devin Painter. There's your Corvette. You do got to love the way the Corvette looks, isn't it? So it's Mercedes versus Corvette versus BMW. A few more pit stops as well, too, for Dalton Shearer and Curry Miller. That's a bit early, isn't it, Wesley? We're not up the 60-minute marker yet. Oh, I know why. Because it looks like Hurley Miller's gone off track somewhere too, Wesley. That might explain the reason
See that?
why
Yes,
he's got
sir.
a pit stop here. So this might be damage. Oh, there's damage, yep. Was it Shearer he hit? Yeah. That's the reason why both of these cars have gone into pit road. There, Wesley, that would explain it.
Hey, green, though. We will stand on the green flag.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, no race control. Manual race control in this one, and iracing will only throw a caution if it's some random thing like a complete track blocker or something. I don't know. I don't think many people know when iracing will throw its own caution. Unless actually Joshua Suss could manually do it himself, but he is driving.
I think there'll be a yellow flag. We haven't had a caution in any of our races. I mean, they pretty much have been straight 2 hours time limit, and
Yeah.
usually when the clock expires, they get the white flag on the next lap.
We get around the Corvette there of Colton Gordon.
That's
I love that
second, third,
I
and
love that
fourth
paint
continuing.
scheme he's got there, the red and blue on the Corvette. Yeah. Which a few Corvettes that we have in the series.
How about the props on the entries tonight? A lot more than what we've had in the past, too. I'm very happy with that thing.
Oh, it's great, as you said. The Road to Pro series. As people start dropping out of that, we might start seeing the likes of our Argentine friends from the south. As the showman, right? And the butcher.
Octavio Rondoletto was another one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Octavio.
Yeah. This is what it looks like to be inside the cockpit of a brand new Mercedes CLK. Drive away now for just $224,468.34. I don't know how much these cars go for. Let's just seeing it, but that's what it looks like.
Having your prices right moment, I think.
It's like carrying on like a. Well, they say you're carrying on like a price, like you're a contestant on The Price is Right.
That's right. It could be yours if the price is right.
Yeah.
The actual retail price without going any lower.
What is the retail price? You want to look it up there, Wes?
Hell if I know.
Somebody let us know in the chat.
For one of these cars?
But this was, yeah, any of these cars like the Corvette there, the Mercedes, or the BMW, the MDW's dominating in.
How much for a racing BMW?
Oh, more than just that, but you'd have to specify the model.
Here you go. Let's get AI
Say the
on the
GT3.
broadcast. What do you think, Dean?
Say the GT3.
Let's get AI.
A GT3 race car for.
Yeah, let's get AI on the broadcast. What do you think?
We'll have AI talking to AI. Talking to AI.
There you go. Trying to do something here in my life, if it'll work. Will you work? Hello. There we go. Stand by. How much is the cost for an endurance BMW road course car? Why are you not talking? And there's no way that it's $1,250.
No.
Is it?
Unless it's wrecked, it's been on fire, it's rolled around 50,000 times, has no windows, no engine, no seats, no wheels.
You're fired, AI.
Fire sale.
Oh. How much is the cost for an endurance race car?
GT3. You have to say there's different types.
Uh-huh. How How much does it cost for an Endurance GT3 race car?
All right, Wesley, you're taking too long.
A new GT3 spec endurance race car typically costs between $600,000 and $850,000 for the vehicle alone. However, because base models rarely include necessary endurance components like extra lighting, sensors, or spares, most buyers spend close to $1 million to $1.5 million to get the car track ready for a professional series like IMSA or the FIA World
Challenge,
whatever the hell that is.
World Challenge. That's right. But your actual cost, if you want to take this baby home from the dealer, right, would be for the BMW, for say 2025 BMW M4 GT3 Evo, about $625,000. So that's drive away, and you've got one of these cars, of course, not race spec, ready to what they're doing out right now here for the endurance racing.
You did it cost for an endurance car, and I did that. You told me to do that.
Yes, sir. We did. Thank you.
So you gave the personal.
Yeah, well, that's what you want. I want you to take. I'm just thinking how much it would be to send you one for a Christmas present. There, you know.
Oh, thank you. Mighty nice of you.
That's why I wanted to see which one you want. A Corvette? Okay, well, a Corvette.
I mean, it'll take me forever because of tariff costs and whatnot. It's a tough time in our country right now. The economy and expenses, life.
I think it's just about everywhere, mate. Australia's even more expensive than you guys for most stuff.
Yeah, it actually really is. My brother was telling me that you think America's bad. Live in Australia. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, just maybe, I will consider a trip to Aussie land there, Dean, but I don't think I'll live there.
No, that's fine. Well, you won't be able. It'd be a lot more difficult for you, wouldn't it, to be calling all your real-life broadcasts when you're on the other side of the country.
Oh, my, yeah. Are there even, how many racetracks are in Australia, right? I mean, I would...
Yeah, but they're all
be in trouble.
They're all over too. You know what I mean? Like you probably do a lot of the race. How much traveling to the West Coast do you do to call races and stuff like that, or events? Not that often, right?
I've been to Vegas and California, and Phoenix, Arizona, Colorado, Texas,
but you're not traveling.
Michigan,
if you're doing it in Australia, you'd have to travel to South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, all over the country. That would be constant, lots of flying because you wouldn't want to drive it because it would take you days and days and days.
Forever, right?
Because whereas our racetracks are spread out, right? They're spread out all across the country in different cities and stuff. Whereas you've got a lot of racetracks and all that just basically in one or two states around you alone that you could be doing a lot of broadcasting and commentating from. So, it's a lot more practical. Your neck of the woods, unless you're prepared to travel a lot. And we wouldn't be racing as often as well, too, as what you guys are. These two are still at it, Devon Painter and Casey Solomon. They'll be expecting to come down to their pit stops soon as well, Wesley, around this 60-minute marker that we're expecting halfway through the race. Just before, Trace Miller had come off the track as well, too. Let's have a look what's happened here to the Purple Machine. What is it? Peter, Purple Peter. That song. The Purple Peter Eater? I don't know. Something like that.
Peter piped a pick of
no, not the one. There's a song about the Purple People Eater or something. I can't remember what the Purple Peter Eater song was or something.
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Is it the Purple Peter Eater song?
Yeah.
Something like that. The Purple People Eater by Sheb Woolley. 1958. Wesley? A massive #1 hit and a staple for Halloween kids' parties today.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
know
remember
it's
it?
No, that's way before my time, but I have heard of the song, The Purple People
I said to
Eater.
Mr.
Yeah.
Purple Peter, Eater, what's your line? He said, eating purple people is sure fine, but not the reason that I come to land. I want to get a job in a rock and roll band.
It's Sheb Woolley, ain't it?
Yeah,
It's like a 2-minute song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what I was thinking at the moment. That's what...
That was back in the 50s. Oh, my goodness.
yes,
Yeah, that was a...
50s.
Yeah. My goodness. Wow. Yeah. You're unveiling how old you are.
Oh, yeah, well... yeah, I've listened to Mozart and Beethoven and all that as well, too, mate. Jeez, I'm really showing my age now, aren't I?
Roll over Beethoven. By the way, we're closing in on an hour in this race. Let's step away and take a break. We got partners to thank as we are completing hour number 1. 1 hour to go. 2 hours. Murph's Magical Creations at Road America. Stay with us.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Back here at Road America, as you see, we're closing in on later in the afternoon. How much of the race will be finished at night, do you think, Dean? Look
That's
at
true.
this.
Well, the
Wow.
headlights
Look
are
at this
starting to come
angle.
on some of the cars.
Yes, sir. Wow, what's sim time? Sim time is, what is that, 7:13?
Yes, sir.
Usually I'm
They're
not very
up on
good
the
with
jacks.
military time.
See the cars up on the jacks in the background there? I can't see if MDW's cars up on the jacks. We got horrible cameras for pit lane here, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're not the best, are they?
No. I try to get great camera packs from people there. They're getting up on the jacks. There might be a change of tires for most drivers, actually, at this point. I do pay for good camera packs from people, but some of them just don't make decent ones, man. There you go. There's a business out there if anybody's interested. Make if you got iRacing, just make yourself a whole bunch of camera packs and stuff like that and sell them.
Dean's
there's
favorite camera
hundreds.
company.
There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of broadcasters out there that would love to buy some decent camera packs for tracks around there. You know, to spend spend so many hours and hours. It takes you a bit of time, hours and hours and hours to make up some camera packs because look how many corners, especially if you've got tracks with lots of corners too, Wesley.
Yes, sir.
Devin Painter stayed out again, so he's going to stretch this. Maybe he stretched it one more lap than MDW last time, remember? Let's see if he could do the same thing again. The new race leader. But MDW's at 28 seconds down the road from him, and a pit stop here in pit lane costs you about a minute overall. So, it's definitely
We
not
have
enough time.
completed the first hour. We've completed the first hour of the Prosper Engineering Endurance Series sanctioned by NASRA and the Murph's Magical Creations 2 hours of Road America. There is now 57 minutes remaining. Devin Painter now the leader, but now he comes on the pit road.
Yeah.
So Devin Painter is going to give the lead right back
MDW.
in less than 30 seconds to Matthew David Wood.
Not just that, he's also going to give it away give up his position to Casey Sullivan, T. Bruce. He should get out ahead there of Tyler Justice, I would imagine. But that's it. They're coming around now. As you can see, that's Colton Gordon going in. MDW will zip down there and retake the lead of this race. I'm just wondering, Devin Painter, if he where he does come out, if he manages to try to get out ahead there. So Casey Sullivan's going to be coming around now. Devin Painter's still in pit lane. Down the main stretch there, Casey Sullivan should go past. Devin Painter's coming out now. Where's T. Bruce? He might get out ahead of T. Bruce here. This is interesting. He will get out ahead. Devin Painter gets out ahead of Sullivan.
He's fourth.
Yeah.
And now Devin Painter and Sullivan are 20 seconds back to the leader. Now remember, here's something to think about too, Dean, and you could let everybody know about this with the endurance racing. Pit stops in endurance racing, they're not like NASCAR, right? They're not 7-second fuel stops or 10-second 4 tires and fuel, make a track bar, wedge, chassis adjustment, whatever that you can do in that fast allotted time. When you come down to the pit lane, obviously they have a pit road speed that they have to follow, just like NASCAR, even slower for that matter. But secondly, it takes time to get those cars changed and added fuel and all that stuff that you do to the car before you get back out there.
Yes, sir. Different tank sizes as well. Remember, these cars
for instance,
are a lot heavier.
pit time for Matthew David Wood was 25.90 seconds. Other drivers were 26, 27 seconds. A couple of drivers with the 22, 23 second mark. And some, like Joey Helton, who just exited pits there, Dean, 1 minute and 4 seconds. And I got a feeling that was to try to fix some damage.
Yeah, that's damage for sure. What's interesting, well, this three-way battle at the moment, Tyler Justice, T. Bruce, and Isaac Bevan, they've all taken their pit stops and they've all come back out now. So they got 2 more pit stops to go. Well, essentially, sorry, 1 more to go as we get up to the hour-and-a-half marker. And that'll be a sprint to the end on that one. Yeah, a lot different in the different motorsports as to the crew, the amount of crews that you have that can work on the car too. Obviously, the pit stops in NASCAR would be a lot quicker if you had more pit crew. You know, instead of just one guy does 2 tires or something like that, right? In Formula One, you have 2 guys on 1 tire, right? Formula One pit stops can be I think they're about 5 seconds or something like that. No, less than that probably these days. Can you
the
imagine?
Formula One pit stops, yeah man, they come in and it jacks up all the 4s at one time and they change the tires and they're gone, just like IndyCar. Yeah, IndyCar pit stops are quick too. Yeah, well, you got two people per tire on Formula One. You got 2 stabilizers on either side of the car. They'd also clean, they'll wipe the driver's, helmet and all that sort of stuff. And then you got the rear jack guy and the front jack guy. So I think it's like 12 or something like that, whatever, in a crew. So it's a big difference, of course. They don't have that many crews here on GT3s when they do it in real life. I think there's only about 2 or 3. You got your fueler, and I think you got 2 tire guys, something like that. So who was that John Skinner that's out broke? New car was not the way to go. When was that retirement there, Wesley, before? In the chat. Who was the driver? I don't know who you're talking about. What are you talking about?
In the YouTube chat.
Dalton Shear? No, Brokaw, I think it is. Brokaw. New car was not the way to go, LOL. So,
yeah.
Brokaw's out. We're 4 laps down.
Oh, that was, Brokaw.
It doesn't say he's out yet. He's 4 laps down.
That was Tyler. Yeah. Yeah, this is Tyler on lap 22 before his retirement, I think. That was in the chat. Oh. Not a heavy impact, but he had a couple of spins before too as well.
Yeah, that was interesting.
This is a crash from Dustin Gordon on lap 29. Well, half spin. Here's your Adam Newton, my friend. You call it the Star Trek car, the McLaren.
He's in the next generation, and literally they're Back to the Future tonight.
And this is what it looks like inside the dash of the
And
McLaren.
it looks like it's actually a camera angle. And when we came back from TV timeout from the start-finish line, it looked like it was actually getting really dark with the sun is still out. The sun's still put out here. And by the way, sim time is back in August of 2026 tonight as well. I know it's February of 2026, but you got to remember, they're in summertime. It's central time zone conditions, meaning that there's still probably about because it's summer, they got about another hour and a half a daylight. This race will finish, now that I think about it, Dean, it'll finish in daytime.
Yeah.
Right before night. It will, yeah.
Twilight, I presume. Yeah. Still the closest battle on track currently.
Sunset. Right before sunset, I was trying to say, yeah.
Did you run over my camera? I'll put them on. I'll put them on timeout there while I drive over my camera there. That's coming out of your salaries, boys.
Like nobody, Lego my ego, right? There you go. Oh.
We'll see Bruce in the middle of this.
So glad you're joining us, eNASCAR. I'm sorry, Road to Pro. I think we've got a lot of drivers that hopefully will be joining after Road to Pro starts to trim the fat from the qualifying races. By the way, I don't know what the eNASCAR and the Premier Series is doing, but they're doing like qualifying rounds now, and then if you get eliminated, you're out. If you advance, you go to the next round. There's something different that they're doing. They've never done it before in the 16 years of the eNASCAR iRacing series. But a lot of these guys committed to Road to Pro. Obviously, you advance to Road to Pro, you get to move up to that level, and they're doing the same thing with those guys. So with that being said, props to Joshua Suss, everybody at NASRA, to bring in a 20-car field. That's the most cars we've had all year this year for the Endurance Series. And hopefully it will continue to build, and momentum will build, and more interest will build for this Endurance Series as well, Dean. This is something new. NASRA normally just does trucks and Xfinity and ARCA and C.O.P.S. So I'm not against trying something new, but I want it to be successful for sure.
Sir. Whoa. Something happened to MDW there. I think MDW is not immune from making mistakes, Wesley, because there it is. The first one.
I mean,
of the
I'm
evening.
only human, right? I'm only human. There
This proves he's not AI. It is true. MDW is not AI. He is
I'm only
a real
human. There you go.
No damage, of course, but he does have a fast repair up his sleeve. As MDW continues on. Just cut into it.
Remember that song, Dean, The Human League? I'm only human?
I think I've heard it.
I'm only human. Yeah, The Human League. It's a great song from back in the 80s. Yeah. There you see, Matthew David Wood, even the best, having a problem. And even though he made that mistake, Dean, he still stays in the lead. But about a 20-second lead over Devin Painter.
He didn't turn his cam on tonight either, so we don't have a camera of MDW's reaction to that spin.
I don't know if I want to see it.
He probably just sat back in his chair with his leg up or some of his arm like he would be riding out the window of the car, just with one hand on the steering wheel.
One hand on him.
This is still the closest battle on track, isn't it? Really, Tyler Justice, Tristan Bruce, and Isaac Bevan. Shane Scott, you see him just in the background there. There's Shane Scott's pink machine. He's 5 seconds down the road from them. So I'm just wondering if this little battle pack between each other is helping out Shane Scott to try to catch him, but not necessarily, no. Shane Scott on that last lap was just shy of about 3/10 off the pace of him. There he is again in the picture. So Shane's can put down some banker laps here. He can start catching them here. He's just got to focus on his own race there, doing some qualifying laps, basically. Put your head down there. We don't need to do any fuel saving because none of these drivers look like that they're going to be trying to shave a whole pit stop out. So they've still got one more pit stop to go as we'll approach the 1.5 hour mark. And that'll be the last pit stop they should have to take here this evening. This is when you...
Yeah, this should be it right here, man, for sure. As we mentioned, I think they might have to make one more pit stop. Remember, roughly every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They're making pit stops every about, 15 laps or so. They're coming down to the pit lane, less than 15 laps. So right now we're 35 laps into this race with, of course, Isaac Bevan. You're aboard with him. He's in 6th. Matthew David Wood just crossed the start-finish line. Here comes this group of cars now heading back down to the front straightaway. It's a mile long, by the way, a 1 mile long front straightaway. They call it the Gardner-Denver Bridge and the Road America Straight. And there it is right there. Once they pop up out of this corner, up a hill, turn 14, then they come to speed. It's a 1 mile front straightaway coming around this corner right here, and it greets them up the hill. And I'm thinking, Dean, one more pit stop, probably in about 15, 20 minutes, we'll see the money stop for those guys, and then they'll be ready to go to the finish of this race.
Yeah, we should talk to Joshua about this. What about extending the endurance race to 2 hours and 10 minutes, Wesley? What would be interesting about that situation is that you would have to do a bit of fuel management in order for that last...
Conserve, right? Yeah, you'd have to conserve.
You'd have to conserve. So this part of the race, you'd have to maybe conserve a little bit so that you could stretch it a little deeper. So you could probably go to, let's say, 1 hour 40. Then that way you can go, after that pit stop, you can go to the end. But at the moment, if you do box or pit around the 1:30 mark, that means you got to go 40 minutes on a tank. That would be interesting. That would bring fuel management into play. At the moment, we don't have fuel management into play because each driver is not going to be able to extend that final stint as Adam Newton comes in. So Adam Newton right now, well, this is interesting. Adam Newton, he's got to do 40 minutes on this tank of gas. Ooh, is that going to be enough? That'll be an interesting stretch. Maybe, tell you what, we'll see in a second after these rounds of pit stops. So we'll bring Joshua Sussman. He doesn't mind us having a bit of a chin wagon to him, does he?
Let's bring him in. He's on camera, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's bring him in, get his thoughts on the subject.
I'm just curious.
See what's going on in the world of Joshua Suss. Yeah. He is with his team, though. Well, let's bring him into the broadcast booth here. We'll grab him. Joshua Suss, hello, my friend. Very successful race here at Road America down to the stretch. And Dean's got some questions for you, sir, but how's things going?
Oh, just trying to stay on the track.
You had some great battles before, too. You've just got Newton that's come out of pit road behind you, actually. Joshua, you're going to probably be looking at coming to a pit stop soon, right? Are you trying to get it to about the half hour marker?
I'm going to run her dry.
You're going to run it dry, yeah. And then
that way I have a shorter stop.
A shorter stop
gain a spot or two.
Yeah, I was kind of just thinking a little bit earlier. If this endurance race was, say, 2 hours and 10 minutes, would that flip the fuel strategy up a little bit more?
Yes, it would, because everyone would have to do another stop.
Oh, nobody could possibly ever stretch it for just 3 stops?
I don't think so, because basically it kind of worked out to be 30 minutes for a tank.
Yes.
Unless if you somehow got way off strategy, then that's the only way I can see that one.
Adam Newton that just came out behind you now has to do 40 minutes essentially on one tank. That'll be a big stretch for him, I would imagine, right? Or do you think he'd have to come in again?
He's probably going to have to come in again.
Right. All right.
Joshua, I got to ask you, man, obviously big race today, big car count, biggest we've had. I know you're hoping that that's going to continue to grow and trend and build, but What have we got to do to stop NDW? I mean, the guy even spins himself, and he still holds on to the lead. He's running away with this thing, man. We got to add weight on this car or something.
We got to, I guess, wait on Octavio to finish Road with Pro.
We got to let Joshua get out of the way here at the moment because he's holding up with his cars there. He was flashing. There you go. That's something that's also happened here a couple of times there, Joshua. I'm not sure if you're aware, but was a couple of cars getting in the way of some close battles before. Actually, they were getting lapped during corners, which is not a very pleasant thing for a lot of those faster drivers to come through. But
yeah, and
curves.
if it's something outrageous, since we don't have a race control, it's up to the drivers to submit a protest.
Yeah,
and then we'll add a time penalty to whoever held them up.
I don't think it was too bad.
I haven't had any of those yet.
Yeah, I don't think it was too bad actually, because it was just a little bit of a bump I think before, but the drivers had enough time to continue battling.
You're the man, Josh. Thank you. We'll see you at Sebring in 2 weeks, sir. Good luck the rest of the way.
See ya.
There you go. There's Joshua.
Unless he gets on a podium, have a chat to him.
Yeah, unless he gets on the podium. That's right. You got to believe. You got to believe. You know, got to believe. Bring him back down there with his friends. Joshua Suss, by the way, everybody, he is the man that operates the what is the
golf clap. Is that what it is?
Son of a! What the? Get out of the way! I found the sensor button, Dean. I found the sensor button.
Oh, this is interesting. Remember, these drivers are battling for position there, so there's no blue flag shown here. Although, look how deep Isaac Bevan went. Wesley, so he got the yellow flag next to his name. Got to slow down. He'll have to slow down, reach a certain delta speed, and have that cleared. Otherwise, that'll turn into a black flag.
Yellow?
Sorry, there it is. It's cleared.
Is that like local yellow, local caution? Local
no,
yellow?
That's for him. You see, when he went off track before, he went right out wide to avoid running in the back there of Tyler Justice under that braking, and therefore he got to slow down from iracing. That's you're trying to explore the track limits too much to gain an advantage, even though it wasn't. But that's just the way that iRacing see it. And
anger. Seems like it's anger.
We had to slow down. That's all. You have to slow down to clear it. If you don't slow down to clear it, it'll turn into a black flag, and that'll turn into he has to serve a drive-through penalty, which will cost him any chance at this point in this race, I'd say, of getting that P4 position, which is what he's trying to target. He's got Tyler Justice in P5, and then T. Bruce in P4. That's the closest battles that he can get here this evening. And then there's a 16-second gap up the road there to Casey Sullivan in P3.
And the clock continues to tick down.
How does that? What's that 60 minutes thing goes? And now back at 60 minutes. We'll be back after these commercials.
Oh, yeah. Like crickets, you know. Oh, it's like a clock ticking, actually.
Yeah.
Did you hear me clicking? I don't know if it did.
I did. Just it's the it's the seconds ticker.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Did you have in your family? Everybody have one of those grandfather clocks? The ones that goes bong bong. You know, the one with the big.
I mean, I have one in my house actually. I have one in my house that does it actually at the top of the hour. Actually, 38 past the hour is when it chimes. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. It's off. It's off its rocker. I don't know what to say. But
you can adjust it. You just got to swing the pendulum, don't you? Every once in a while to get it back into.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. What is it that somebody says the cheese slid off its cracker?
Google it.
There you go.
Google it. Say, hey, how do I get my clock back on time? Check that in AI. It'll tell you.
There you go.
Everything in AI now, mate. I had to help a friend too with a game earlier. She was like, did an update and it didn't work. And she's like, coming up with this error. And I just chucked that in AI. And it says, here, try all these different things. And so she went through and she tried it all. There's black flag for Isaac Bevan. We're talking about that.
Black box. It's actually one of the first ones we've seen here in the broadcast tonight.
That's probably all those incident limits now that are creeped up on these drivers. We did mention that, and you said that. So those incident points have gone. He's probably over that limit. What that limit was, and now he'll have to go down there and serve that drive-through. That means shot Shane Scott. will get ahead of him. I'd imagine Luke Smith as well too. So he should get out ahead to clear Trace Miller in P9. So here he comes in right now. Shane Scott's going to have a smile on his face because he's going to get this P6 position. But that'll be a reminder to these other drivers too.
Off.
There, Wesley.
I like that horn lets everybody know they're coming up pit road.
Well, yeah,
sure.
exactly. And at the same time, Shane Scott's going to be wondering why Bevan's going down there. He's going to realise, oh, he's got a black flag. So, and Shane Scott's also going to be thinking about it, as long as other drivers are going to be going, damn, what's my incident limit? What's my off-track limit at? That should give him a wake-up call to say, all right, if I'm getting on the limit too, I've got to make sure that I try to keep this car on the track and not exploring the track limits too much. Otherwise, they're going to have to go down there as well. There's Shane Scott. Great Scott. He says slow in the back of his car.
Scott's got a good one going for him right now. Shane, say hi, Shane. Yeah. Shane.
You're going to pull him in
Shane,
for a chat?
Shane. No, I don't want to bug him. Look at him clicking those buttons on his steering wheel.
After he clears this, back, it's a back marker he's clearing too at the moment. That's Dustin Gordon, I think, in the BMW. The Mercedes, sorry. There it is. That's Dustin Gordon. Hey, interesting livery, isn't it, on Gordon's car there too?
Very unique, for sure. Like that.
Yeah. It does remind me of one year the Red Bull racing team in Formula One did a similar livery to that. There he goes, gets it on the exit. Whoa, did quite close for me. Very close for me. A little too close for comfort, I'd say, but he does get the job done. Red Bull did it one year where they did a livery like that during testing, and they did this like camouflage pattern like that, but it was all designed with computers and stuff in order to make it difficult for the other teams to try to spot any of the aero changes and things like that they made to the car, because Formula One's very like so minute technical things that they do during testing. They don't want the other teams to always spy on other teams, of course, with cameras, microphones, and everything like that. And so they looked at if they could see the livery with the pictures and it made it more difficult for them to try to spot any subtle changes that they've made, or minute changes. They don't like when cars get in wrecks and stuff like too. They don't like them getting when the cameras show the cars going up on the back of tow trucks and things like that.
Sure, they don't.
I haven't got another drive-through.
That's another penalty. Yeah.
I wonder if that was a speeding in pit lane.
Now.
Yeah, it might have been too.
He got ticked off. I got busted for speeding on pit road as well.
There you go. So Shane Scott's flashing us, mate. He knows that we're watching on camera, I think.
Shane's like, I'm not.
He's got nobody around him. See? Nobody. Isaac Bevan had to send it again. Yeah. Now, this means that he's going to lose the position to Trace Miller. After he just dropped 2 places.
Oh, wow, he did.
Having to serve that first one. And then now Trace Miller's going to go zooming on by here and say, thank you very much. I'm going to take that P9 as an extra point. And Adam Newton, fortunately for Isaac Bevan, is at least a minute down the road, so Isaac Bevan should be fine. Just see straight through there, Wesley. No stopping in your pit box. In the predator eyes of the BMW. That's what they look like, doesn't it? Ooh, like cat's eyes, as some would say.
Following the rules, not making any mistakes, and that's a good thing to do there. It's,
you don't want to get...
Man, you don't want to see, and I mentioned this, we're starting to see now the black flag starting to show up after we close in on the final half hour of this race. Now we're seeing the penalties come up here from it. So.
Yes, sir. I'll just see how JD Larson's going here at the moment as he's battling it out there with Colton Jordan. You can see that amount of kitty litter that's kicked up on the track there. Adam Newton comes in again, so this is what we did expect there. Adam Newton, as we heard from Joshua Suss, said he could not go to the end of this race, and he went down to pit lane. I actually think he went down to pit lane because he did come off on lap 40 somewhere. This might be the reason why he's come down pit road earlier. Yeah, it is. And that's very much the reason why he's going to slide into the fence there, bang, get some damage. And that's why he's had to go down there and fix it up. Okay, because I thought that was a bit early for Adam Newton to come back down to pit road again. But this should fuel Adam Newton up now to go to the end, you would imagine. He's going to take as much fuel as he possibly can, Wesley. Take the tyres, take the fuel, use that fast repair to get those repairs or fixed up there and see if he can go to the end of this race, which is in 30 minutes' time. Should be enough. But I don't think no other drivers at the moment can go to the end. He's be the first one that can. I wanted to talk to you as well, too, about Shane Scott. Now, Shane Scott, I think you might be listening to us. I just wanted to see whether or not we put Shane Scott on camera and we ask if Shane Scott is listening, if he gives us a thumbs up, if he's happy for us to pull him into the booth for a chin wag. Wesley.
Chin wag, Shane, give us a thumbs up.
If you want us to.
Right now, he's clicking buttons and turning the wheel sideways, a little bit more sideways than what we think. There you go, Shane.
You might hear it soon.
To make you feel any better, I need to shave myself, so, you know. Did he give us permission?
Oh, you remember
Shane, give me a
broadcasts are delayed.
thumbs up.
They're delayed sometimes on YouTube, so I might take a little bit.
Oh, that's right. And we got to wait here a second. Then we just got to wait for him to give us a thumbs up. Maybe he smiles, gives us a thumb up there. He's thinking about it. He's contemplating about it. He's thinking about it.
Well, I'm just looking because he's got not a lot of traffic around him. Of course, he's trying to stick to fast laps here. He's got 14 seconds up the road there to catch Tyler Justice. That's who he wants to catch.
The green light, it's on you. Wait, holy hell, he's got cars in front of him now. What the heck are you talking about? Look at this, he's running
That's
him down.
Joshua Suss. A lap car. He's about to lap. He's coming in pit road.
Yeah, here comes Shane.
And Luke Smith.
Money
as well.
stop. What do you think? Money stop. Around 30 minutes remaining, Dean.
Yeah, this
here
is
we
it.
go.
You got to go to the end on this one. You'll feel it up heavy. He's got Luke Smith right behind him as well, too. We shouldn't be pulling him in at the moment. We won't, actually, Wesley, because
the bad day.
yeah, he'll be having a nice little pit battle fight out of pit lane here with Luke Smith any second. The thing is, too, you can't really short fuel it as well, too, Wesley. You have to fuel up just enough to get to the end of this race. Just enough. If you short fuel it and you won't make the 30-minute marker, you'll have to come in again. You'll lose that position. So both these drivers are going to take whatever minimum required gas they have to get them to the 2-hour marker. Both up on the jacks taking tyres. There you go. Shane Scott down, Luke Smith down as well. So this is going to be, once again, a nice battle out of pit road between these two drivers. Yeah, so that we won't be talking to Shane Scott because he's going to be in a fight for his life at the moment. And remember too, Wesley, this is very crucial for Shane to get as many points as possible because he is running second in the championship standings that we mentioned before, right? So NBW will get some more points after this one. Shane Scott, well, you could do the math on that one, Wesley. How many points will NBW get at the end of this race if they finish where they are, and how many will Shane Scott get?
Another 20 points, and then it goes back down. Looks like 15 points would go to Shane Scott.
Yeah, and Luke Smith. This is crucial for Luke Smith to try to get past Shane Scott now too, because that's a couple more points he could try to gain on him in this championship hunt for P2, essentially, at this point.
All the points you want.
Casey Sullivan, T. Bruce, and Tyler Justice
Let me say
come
that,
in.
within reason.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah, all these guys come in for their last pit stop of the evening. Pending, of course, last pit stop is needed for fuel. However, if you do make a boo-boo and you do damage your car, you might have to come back down again and use a fast repair. These guys should stay out ahead of Luke Smith and Shane Scott because they're a minute down the road. We'll expect to see MDW
winding down.
MDW probably in soon. Remember, Devin Payne always went that lap later. T. Bruce. He's got to come out now.
Sure, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so they're on their way back up. Who was that's Tyler Justice? Yeah, that's practically in and out in the same positions that they did enter, third, fourth, and fifth. Our race leader, MDW, we're expecting him to come down for his final time anytime soon. A man that's been almost flawless. You'd say that he's been 99.99% on the marker tonight. Just that one small little half-spin mistake from the championship leader.
He did good. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to prove that, he just showed us that he's not AI driving. That's what that was.
Don't forget, in 2 weeks' time for the month of March. Dean, I can't believe we're talking about March. I can't believe we're already in the third month of the new year. It feels like it was New Year's Day just a week ago. It feels like 2 weeks ago.
Where's he flashing the pace car for?
And telling the pace car get the hell out of the way, right? The pace car's got his lights on, right?
Oh, he's in the second grid spot.
Is that Matthew David Wood? He's on pit road, everybody, and this is probably the money stop.
See, it's in the second box. Remember, he didn't get pole.
Yeah, look at it.
So that pole was the box right there. It gets out ahead. Thankfully, you can't hit the safety car.
Ooh, don't be speeding on a pit road like that, though, MDW. Wow.
I think you might be right. Oh, Shane Scott's gone off track somewhere.
That's the benefit, though, Dean, of having, pit box number one.
Yeah, it is, because you can just accelerate straight out. I don't think you get enough speed up to be speeding. There's Shane Scott going out on that kitty litter that we spoke about. That'll just put a hindrance in his battle with Luke Smith. And in fact, if anything, might put him more into the clutches there of Isaac Bevan in P8. That's 13 seconds down the road there from Shane Scott now. So Shane Scott's going to have a little bit of a lonely race. He's going to be seeing if he can make up that time, 12 seconds to Luke Smith if he wants to steal that P2. Remember, that'll help out Luke Smith in this championship hunt too, because Luke Smith being third can get a couple of points over Shane Scott.
Loving it.
It is starting to get dark a little bit.
Sebring in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sebring in 2 weeks. Make sure you plan to join us for it. It should be a good one. Yes, sir.
We got a lot of races to go, don't we? Still.
This is only the third race of the season. By the way, don't forget tomorrow night, NASRA Cup Series regular season finale tomorrow night at virtual Chicagoland. We're going there. Then we're going to pack it up, Chicagoland. Then we're going to the NASRA C.O.P.S Truck Series race on Friday. Monday next week.
We'll have to get that broadcast.
Playoffs continue.
Well,
and the next Tuesday night series for us will be on March the 3rd. March 3rd will be at Sebring. So what do you mean? I gave you the schedule.
No, we still got to get the broadcast from last week for Concerns of Police Survivors.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You want to do it tonight?
I've got another broadcast. I've got my schedule's really full, mate. I don't think I've got any free time, actually.
What if I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, I've got another league to do. Then.
Oh, at 4 a.m. My time, 4 a.m.
Yeah. When we do the Aussie one, usually, remember. I got
you. Wow. Yeah.
I got one every day of the week, 2 to 3 times, mate. So I don't think we're going to have time. That's the problem. We'll see if we can work it out.
We might have to do it like in the daytime or something, maybe.
Yeah.
They want us to do that race.
I've got other commitments.
I want to get paid. You know. By the way, time is running out. Less than 25 minutes remaining. We're going to take a break. Final commercial. When we come back, extended commercial, we take you to the finish. The 2 hours of the Murph's Magical Creations. 2 hours at Road America. This is the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. The finish. Stay with us.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Thank you for joining us on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, listening on CRN as well. And yes, the lights are on right before nightfall, under 25 minutes remaining.
Wow.
If you want to be honest, the clock down is down to 21 minutes and 30 seconds. So 21 and a half minutes remaining here. And it got dark really quick here, Dean. I am wondering if it's just going to be right before nightfall. Let's take a look at sim time, if we can, as they work their way back up the front straightaway. It is now 7:51 Central Time in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Partly cloudy. We are closing in on the end of this one with 21 minutes remaining, Dean. It might be a little bit dark when this race finishes.
Yeah, I'd say so, for sure. So, what's interesting as well, too, keep an eye on that kitty litter that's all kicked up in that corner. You'll see it coming up.
The Denver Bridge, Denver, the mile front straightaway, the Road America straight, they passed the Gardner-Denver Bridge, and a lot of particles, a lot of debris flying through the air. I think that's rubber buildup. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, a bit of rubber build-up, the stones. You know, a bit of grass, bit of soil and all that sort of stuff that's kicked up. You're right. It does happen. iRacing adding more and more of that into it. The debris model that they have. I can't wait till they get the flat spots, Wesley.
Okay, yeah.
The flat spot model, right. Now, they've been working on that one for a while. But when iRacing do something, they take their time. They don't just rush it in. It took them a long time to get the weather model in there for the rain. They wanted to get that one right.
Damn body and tell them that coming soon weather, and then it took 2 years before they finally unveiled weather, rain, and road courses.
They got it right, but that's the thing. The problem is when you do announce something like that, you say, okay, we're going to do it. Everybody's all hyped and excited for it, and of course they'll be waiting. They go, well, we're going to be waiting forever for it. Well, but they want to make sure that they do it properly, because if you get it wrong, you're going to have nothing but bad press for so long. Everybody going, oh, we waited 2 years for this, and it's a hunk of junk.
So you serious?
Yeah. So then, of course, people be gutted. I remember as a subscription service as well, too. So you got to pay your monthly subscription for iRacing. You got to buy your cars and your tracks. So people invest a lot of money into it, as well as your racing rigs, as you'd imagine, tens of thousands of dollars. So of course, people get upset very much because you're paying for their service. It's not like other games that you pay. Okay, you pay $50 for the game. That's it. You own it, and you never have to pay anything else. No, you got to. Even I have to pay constant subscription fees just to broadcast it. Remember as well, and I have to buy the cars and the tracks, and I don't race them. But they do it right.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you ever get out there? Do you ever do any racing?
No.
Do you ever do any racing yourself?
Never done a lap. No. No time, Wesley. You know that. I could be in time to broadcast them, let alone actually race them. But the flat spot tire model will be interesting, because with the flat spots, you would obviously, your flat spot a part of the tire, and so it's like you're bouncing around. It'll vibrate the car more. It would make it very difficult to handle it. If you flat spot it really bad, it'd be a situation where you'd literally have to go down there and change your tires in the pit stop. At least change that tire, because you change usually one set of tires anyway. So that'll be interesting once they do get that model. And I wonder if they actually do the vibrations inside the cockpit as well too. So you can actually see the cockpit vibrating just a tiny bit because of the fact that your tires, turning your tires into a hexagon or something.
Gene, with under 15 minutes to go now, I'll tell you what, dude, I like the digital dashes. I like all the dashes on these cars. Yeah. They're so different. It's not like Cup or Trucker or Arca where they all look kind of the same, right? Yeah. Everybody's dash is so unique, and you look at it differently. The cars are differently.
So have a look too, Wesley.
I would love to see. You know what I'd love to see? Yeah. I'd love to see these cars on the Daytona International Speedway. I don't want to make you mad about Daytona, but I think it'd be cool as hell if we put these guys in full song on a paper speedway like this. I know.
I don't know why. It would be fun. Yeah, to mix it up. You see there on the dash, there's a lot of information from. Of course, we don't get that information. You don't even get the speed, believe it or not, even though we do get the information from iRacing. It doesn't show on the dash. There's your battery
On
voltage.
their end, but we're not seeing it, right?
Yeah.
We're not seeing it in real time, but
Exactly.
they're seeing
See,
it.
it says oil low. Well, oil's not low. They're them. There was that overworking problem. And what gear you were in, what revs you're in, what oil meters. The fuel, of course, is the important one. We don't get that information, of course. If we did, we'd be sharing that out right now. All the other drivers would be like tuning into the broadcast and having a spot. I tell them, oh, Matthew's got 6.7 litres of fuel remaining, you know. See the headlight indicator as well too. I think that's the high beam.
Oil.
The high beam mode.
Oil
Yeah.
load. High beam, low beam, high beam, low beam.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. All that jazz. Quite interesting.
They are completing the 50th lap of this race. And they are closing in on under 15 minutes remaining. As a matter of fact, it's 14 and a half minutes left. Hey, there's the Goodyear. Well, not the Goodyear blimp, the iRacing blimp.
Yes, sir. It's up here.
It's high above.
That's what he can
It's giving
see.
you the- yeah, what the hell?
That's what you can see from the blimp.
Yeah, weather's moving in. What a difference the camera angles on the cars make, for sure, right? Because, I mean, if you had to broadcast from up top,
Yeah.
from the blimp view, we'd be in trouble.
Oh, you wait to
My
see when it's
goodness.
some races that I do when it's bucketing down in rain and fog. You can't see the cars barely even in
See, I'd
normal
love to do
TV
a race
camera
like
views.
that. I would love to do a race like that, Dean. I'm telling you.
Calling it
I really
at
would.
night with headlights.
Hell yeah, man.
You can't even tell what cars they are.
Hey, give me timing and scoring.
Yeah, but that's all that we could tell for the audience. I mean, actually looking at the cars, you can't see the liveries or anything. At least you can see the liveries here. So we're seeing a final fight here between Tyler Justice and T. Bruce. No more needing to go down the pit road. These drivers are going to go to the end. All those stones are flicking all over the bonnet there of Tyler Justice's car from T. Bruce. Oh, somebody's in the fence there.
All that stuff flying through the air. We got a car around, guys. There.
That's
No, is that
Tyler.
the 42?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the 42 car. Tyler Brokaw.
at-
And Brokaw, they were saying that he chose the wrong car. There he goes again off course.
That's the first time he's gone off again.
That's the first thing. Yeah, he lost it again here, Dean. Look at
Yeah.
this.
This is the other two cars behind him. You see them just in the distance. He loses it here. Bang! Hard lick into the fence.
What a hit.
And that's when you're going to see
Oh, boy.
Tyler and T. Bruce go past. Lucky that that happened.
That's the Bor
yeah.
car right there. Bor. Tyler Brokaw, BMW, by the way.
Yeah, one thing that they do is disable the airbags, of course, because you want all them deploying, would you? From the regular
No,
road
fun
car.
bags would not be good right now, right? Is it? To the end of the road we go.
What you will notice, of course, on the GT3 cars there, Wesley, and endurance races or whatever, is that you see the number. That's on not the car number, but the actual digital number that's on there. That tells you the actual track. It's interesting where it is on the Mercedes, isn't it? It's right at the back. It says the number 5 on it, of course, because that's the position he's in. And if you have a look at T. Bruce, you see it's on the back windscreen. There's 04, as you can see. So anytime you need to know, if you're tuning in and you need to know what we're looking at, of course, in the pictures, when it doesn't, of course, on our timing tower, we also have that little indicator to show you what car we've selected, but you can also see that from the car. So trust me, it makes it a lot easier at nighttime, Wesley, when it's completely pitch black in endurance races, especially 24-hour races or 12-hour races, so you can actually see which cars are which. And that's helpful as well, too, when you got 3 or 4 cars or 5 cars together and you got lap cars in between them as well. Because all you're going to see is headlights and brake lights, remember? You ain't going to see the liveries properly.
That's exactly right. As the battles come to an end here at virtual Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, Road America is where they are. And we are heading to the home stretch of this one. Lights are on, nightfall getting closer and closer. Do we think they're going to finish under the lights? Obviously this track doesn't have lights to run at night. but the lights are on. I think they purposely made it be like this, Dean, to see what it would be like to kind of, do a little R&D. What would it be like close to nightfall, driving in the dark, and see what it would be like, for sure.
Well, they do. They do. If this was in the Middle East, they'd illuminate the whole damn track because they've got all the money in the world over there in those oil nations. And, of course, electricity is cheap compared to what it is over here in the States. To illuminate a whole track costs a lot of money too, mate. Your electricity bill goes through the roof. So, and it's not like you can sell out massive grandstands and things like that around here too. Remember, you can see half the track is just countryside.
Now listen, they pack it out. I've been to Real Road America before, and they have a great crowd. I promise you, they'll find a way to fill it up, put them on the hill, put them around the corner, put them in the pits.
Pack them in. Pack them up.
There's some places where you can't. Yeah. There's some places where you can't set up at, but for the most part, they bring a crowd there, man. I promise you. Every time there's a road, I believe for 2026, I think they got 50 racing events planned.
Nice. So,
and the big ones are NASCAR and IndyCar and road. Obviously MotoGP and IMSA WeatherTech and SCCA and Trans Am and all of them, but. They got a lot of free events and party events and leased events and private events, but, local racing events. But, 50 events in 2026 at a road course facility, that's pretty damn impressive, Dean. I mean, that's, there's 52 weeks in the year. So if you got 50 events planned, pretty much your entire yearly schedule is pretty much booked.
It is. Another battle brewing as well, too. So in the final dying 10 minutes of this race, 8 minutes and 22 seconds to be exact, we got a battle for P2. Devin Painter, Casey Sullivan. Of course, we got T. Bruce and Tyler Justice battling for that P4 position. This is the battle, once again, for the P2 position. Nobody's going to be challenging MDW. Although MDW has not lapped everybody in this race like he did previously. So he's... Nope.
Oh, you're exactly right. Coming down to the end of this thing, man. Like I said, final countdown.
Casey Sullivan's been working. He's been chipping away slowly at Devin Payne's position here now. So I reckon he's all getting ready to mount an attack. You can see the headlights, even the shape of the headlights, aren't they? Properly how they illuminate, like they would in a real car.
Dean, I'm noticing that you got to use in-car cameras to show the racing. Is it really got that dark now that the regular static cameras won't work anymore?
Oh, they will. There you go. Just gets harder to see, but they will. Not the external blimp camera, but you won't see much of that.
Now, I noticed like Le Mans, 12 hour, 24 hours of Le Mans, or, obviously that one, there's places on that road course where it's actually really dark. There is no track lights. You have to literally watch them come around with the cars and the lights on to follow the racing. Now, the massive front straightaway and the grandstands, there's bright lights on and whatnot, pit area. But, I think that's one of the mystique that makes the 24 hours of Le Mans so impressive, because there is those moments where, I remember a couple of years ago, Dean, they had a race and they're driving around Le Mans and it starts storming like thunder and then lightning and raining and hailing and, they continue racing. They don't throw the caution. They race on, and there's a place where it's so dark you only just see by the falling of the rain, you just see their lights, their headlight, tail light. And then they come down the front straightaway, and then you see massive camera angles of the place lit up. And, I know that's got to be nerve-wracking for that. I know that's got to be just a headache keeping up with all that stuff.
That's why it's endurance racing, That's why it's tough. Yeah. It's not just tough for, the concentration levels to be... driving at nighttime in general is straining, mentally straining. Imagine doing it in a race car. And multi-class racing as well too, sometimes. So you've got actually, faster class cars coming through and stuff like that. Or if you're a faster class car, you're getting past the slower class. And so you're constantly always on edge. You're always keeping sharp. Never a dull moment. So, and of course, with endurance, you also got fatigue that come in because if you're in the real race car, you know it's tough on your body. You're pulling G-forces all the time. You're under braking. You're thrown. You know, you're strapped in tight. Your seatbelt, so you can barely move. Not a lot of wiggle room. Not very comfortable. Sweating it out too. All that, and then you know you don't want, and of course you got all these bright lights. You know what it's like in your rear mirrors and stuff like that, don't you, Wesley? Driving a car at night, and you got these beams of light just peering into your eyes. It's tough. It's tough. That's why it's easy for mistakes to creep in. So Devin Payne is just falling back just outside that second now. That 1 second mark off Casey Sullivan. We've still got that close battle between Tyler Justice and T. Bruce down the road from them. So with 5 minutes to go, only a couple of laps that these drivers are going to get any opportunity to either hold off the attack or mount the attack themselves.
Tyler Justice right there. He is in the number 5 position. Tyler Justice now trying to run down Tristan Bruce if he can get there. Got him in front of him, got him in his sights, but the clock is running down, ladies and gentlemen. We are closing in on 4 minutes remaining, under 4 remaining now, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact. Remember, usually, he goes to the inside. Justice making a move. On TV, Tristan Bruce. Normally when the clock expires, the next lap ends the race. They come to the line, they'll take the white flag, Dean. That's what normally happens as time is running out here. And this battle for 3rd place, 4th place, getting really heated here.
Yeah, Colton Gordon had a moment too. He's gone off track there. He's actually got a black flag for damage or off-track excursion, so he's dropped back, unfortunately, to P17. Tyler is in pit road as well too. He got some damage as well. He's struggling at the moment with that car, as to be mentioned, as to be said. So this is it for Tyler. If he wants to get past T. Bruce, he's running out of time. He's still got Devin Payne putting pressure on Casey Sullivan for P2 as well up the road. But this is a bit closer battle than theirs. And nothing that MDW has to worry about leading this race. He's got a 51-second gap. He can have a spin or two and still win this race. What he doesn't want, Wesley, is a drive-through for off-track excursions, because that could potentially lose him in the race. Who's in pit lane there? That might be, that's Colton Gordon. He had some damage before. So he had another moment, unfortunately. But we won't show you that replay because it's just a solo incident. This is the one we want to keep our eyes on. This could be one of the last chances right now. Go up the inside there, blocking as well, from T. Bruce, and making sure. Can't move again, but T. Bruce. You can only make your move under the and to the corner for braking, and that's it. You got to commit to it. You can't do multiple weaving.
Did I say football?
Yep, that's not allowed in the rules. You can't just be constantly. He did move quite a bit, so I'm not quite sure if we moved twice on that. That might be protested by Tyler Justice later on. But you're only allowed to move just a little bit, Wes. You move one time and then under braking, and then you commit to that. You can't just go crossing yourself. Otherwise, it's going to make it impossible for a driver to get past you.
The finish is next.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. Like, follow, and share the Community Radio Network via social media, Facebook at CRN Community Radio Network. Also, check us out on X, Instagram, and TikTok at CRN Sports. As always, remember to listen to the games live on your radio dial at 87.9 FM and anywhere worldwide, always at wearecrn.com. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network.
It is going to be just about 60 laps shy as the clock is down to under a minute remaining. Remember, when that clock expires, wherever the leader, Matthew David Wood, is, you will see the Darren's detail and shine one to go. But look at this battle continuing. You don't want to take your eyes off the screen. Down to the mere seconds left in the race, Dean. Tristan Bruce, Tyler Justice. It looks like they're fighting for the win. This is for 4th and 5th in the race.
This is it. This could be the last opportunity that he has. MDW is coming around because that's the white flag. So MDW is around the carousel right now. This is the last lap between these drivers. Go for it. Tyler Justice on the inside. T. Bruce still has it. Side by side.
This. Wow, I don't want to take anything away from MDW, who was about to go about halfway on the course. He took the white flag. One more lap to go, but look at this amazing battle going on here between Bruce and Justice.
Oh! Whoa!
Contact! Oh, he took him off course! Tristan Bruce not gonna be happy.
No.
He's gonna go after Justice. He's gonna get some justice. Can he get him at 33?
He's allowing him back through, I think. Yeah, he's allowing him back through. I think Tyler Justice done the right thing then. He realized it was a my bad situation. It wasn't intentional, obviously. But there it is. So I think it'll allow T. Bruce. I don't think there's much time because MDW is going to be crossing the line right now. And there it is. Wraps up the other win. Wesley, T. Bruce does it again. Second place, 49
in a row.
Seconds down the road is Casey Sullivan. He should be nice and clear.
Under 60 laps the distance, and Michael David Wood will celebrate as the winner. But now here's this race at the end. Here they come, coming to the line. This is second and third, Casey Sullivan.
Yep, Casey Sullivan.
Then we're back now to this battle between Tristan Bruce and Tyler Justice. Oh, he might have given him a shot one time and gave it back, but do you think he won't give it back now? Coming around the final corners, Dean?
I think so.
What do you think, buddy?
It'd be a big
Up
risk.
the hill, this is it.
Yeah, no, T. Bruce will get covered off. Great battle.
He's going to hold him off. Checker flag. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Justice was definitely trying to give him another fit across the line, but he couldn't get him.
Nope.
He'll settle for fifth.
So Casey
Tristan
got
Bruce.
P2. Yep.
Yes, sir. And what another great job for the man of Matthew David Wood. His BMW dominated. He started on the outside of the front row, quickly jumped to the lead. My goodness, team, with the exception of maybe falling back to second or third a couple of times on pit road with pit stops, he dominated this thing. Nobody has been able to stop Matthew David Wood, the pride out of almost heaven, West Virginia. My goodness, they're going to have to put this guy at the back, put on weight, have him be 2 laps down.
Yeah.
What are we going to do, Dean, as we go to Sebring next week, or in 2 weeks, actually, to see what they can do to stop this guy? What a run. I'm running out of things to ask him.
Put him in a slower class car. So add a multi-class to it, and then put him in a radical car or something like that. I reckon he'd still be pretty quick actually in the radical. Might be able to keep up with him. Quite possible. I've seen radicals keep up with this. Yep.
Yeah, 3 points separated Matthew David Wood and Shane Scott. Shane Scott will finish in 7th. There's Joshua Suss. They're still coming across the start-finish line, they did it right before nightfall here at the virtual Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Listen, I've been to this track in real life. I've called racing here in real life. If you ever get a chance to go up to the Pacific or up to the Midwest, I was going to say, in the five-finger regions of the United States, make a trip to go to Road America, get you some delicious poutine and cheese curds, and you'll be glad you did. It's a fun time, and there's nothing like good old Wisconsin beer as well to have at the awesome track that is Road America. Coming up, the Florida Cabinet Distributors post-race victory lane wrap up. Dean, myself will talk to the podium and the law offices of MDW, Casey Sullivan, and Devin Painter. Here's a look at the results tonight as they finish up at the 2 hours of the Murph's Magical Creations of Road America. It is going to be Matthew David Wood picking up the victory. Casey Sullivan second. Devin Painter third. By the way, the manufacturers are two BMWs and a Corvette in second. Fourth, fifth is going to find a great battle there at the end between the BMW and the Mercedes-Benz of Tristan Bruce and Tyler Justice. Then it's Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith, Shane Scott, another good point stay in seventh. Isaac Bevan, Joshua Suss, Adam Newton-Dean, all in the top 10. And what a great car count for tonight as well for Road America.
Yeah, going a little bit further around there, you got Joey Holton, Trace Miller, Corey Miller, Dustin Gordon there, Dalton Shearer, JD Larson, Colton Gordon, Tyler Brokerage, I think Noah Blackwell. What happened to Noah? Just retirement, actually. He was fighting his way up through the field there. And, of course, the earlier retirement there from Matt Cherry. Yeah, it's quite interesting. That's our 20-strong field here tonight there with the hard charger of Joshua Suss, 7 positions gained there. MBW, of course, fastest laps there, most laps led. The pole position was from Tyler Justice, but unfortunately he ended up finishing 4 places back into P5. Only 2 different leaders tonight, as you know, with a different strategy there from Devin Painter, who stayed out a little bit longer. Still got himself a nice podium position there, Wes.
At the end of this thing, Road America, at the end of the 4-mile road course, 57 laps. You know, Dean, we were kind of tallying up the distance, and we said, okay, roughly, 13 to 15 laps every time they come down to the pit lane. So under 60 laps, 57 laps in total, the distance when it's all said and done. That was 227.15 miles on the road course at Road America. Green flag saw 7 lead changes amongst 2 drivers, and of course, Joshua Suss was the hard charger up 7 spots. Most laps led, 54 of the 57 laps led by MDW. Fastest lap, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 0.702 is Matthew David Wood, and Tyler Justice was the pole man. He'll settle for 4th. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Matthew David Wood, Sullivan, and Painter. Stay with us. Road America. We wrap it up here tonight, and we get you ready for Sebring in 2 weeks as well.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Welcome back to the NASRA 360 Racing Network, CRN of the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. Big thanks again to Murph's Magical Creations for sponsoring the 2 hours at Road America on iRacing. Some of the highlights, some of the moments, and a 3rd win, a hat trick. We were jokingly talking about this guy. I said we need to put you in a Crown Vic. Somebody said we need to put you in a Pontiac. No, I haven't heard of the word Pontiac for 20 years, I think, right? You'll settle for another win, though, MDW. Congratulations. How fun, how different is this track compared to Autodromo and obviously Charlotte and continuing to dominate and win this thing, man? I mean, green flag fail, you were in the lead in the first corner.
So, first of all, I have no idea what just happened to me like 5 seconds ago. I fell out of the map and then shot up into the sky. I have no idea what just happened. It jump scared me. I
me
started
too.
to fall, and then I think Casey, you were the one behind me. It just shot me up out of the ground, and I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so it's different to the ones. Devin's in the waiting room now, by the way. Found him on the racetrack somewhere. He tried to go back to the haulers. I had to drag him back here.
Found you in the space shuttle. That's what we
Yeah.
you're in orbit.
Yeah, I sent Devin into orbit. Yeah, I had to go down and get him. But it's the medium speed corners, it's a lot different because of those. Usually you have your high speed and low speed. This is all medium speed. There's no really slow speed corners.
Gotcha.
Besides this corner that you're coming up to now on my onboard after this straight, but that section's probably the slowest on the racetrack. So that's a lot different. You have to keep minimum speed up a lot more. Had a great battle here. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get to the left side of them, but yeah, a lot of fun. These guys had a great show out tonight. I had a couple of guys and myself come in, and fortunately didn't have the best luck, but it's all right. Hopefully they come out again. I'll try to get some more people as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, MD.
Hey, you got anything? What
Well,
you?
I mean, we're running out of questions to ask MDW, doesn't it? I mean, now
I said that honestly. Yeah.
another race win on your belt, 3 in a row. Obviously it's fantastic to win these races, but as you are aware, in the championship standings, the points, as you know, aren't significantly that much different, is it, from first place to second and third and so forth. So you've still got to consecutively win these races, keep winning these races in order to maintain that gap that you have. But going into this race, you had 3 points on Shane Scott. That's going to increase now. But you know, is that going through your mind that if you have a situation where you know you have a crash out or something like that, and you have to try to battle your way back up there, and you won't be able to finish in the podium, that could put you on the back foot, isn't it, this championship pretty quickly?
It can very well put you on the back foot very, very quickly. Within one race, you crash out early. Of course, you have faster pairs, but if you crash, it's very easy to be in a battle by yourself and then have just a massive crash. We've seen it in real life all the time, of course, but by that point, you're not going to drive back to the pits. You're going to have to tow back to the pits because your engine's blown. So that goes through your mind because you're like, well, if I don't finish this race or I finish back in the pack, then it's going to be very hard to get those points back.
Yeah, and another question that thanks for clarifying that. And another question I have: incident points, like anything, were you close at all to the incident point limit to have to serve a drive-through tonight?
Fun fact: I was 1 away.
Right. So I was saying that actually in the booth there to Wesley, like the only thing that could cost you the lead at this point, that the race win, would be that drive-through, because I think it's just about a minute if you have to do a drive-through, probably a little bit less than a minute actually for a drive-through, and you had about a minute gap, I think, over P2. So that's the only thing. But thankfully, you didn't have to serve that, did you?
No, I didn't. Which is good, but again, I think Outlier, like always, they treat me incredibly, incredibly well. Thank everybody that's taken care of me over the past couple of days. I've been sick as a dog. Everybody's sick now, so that's just amazing. But thank you guys for coming back here like you always do and doing a great job. And go on to Friday night, hopefully secure the regular season championship in the C.O.P.S Friday Night Truck Series. We've had a great season so far. I believe I have 11 points over Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson, and then he has about 4 over Tristan. So it's going to be a very, very close one at Daytona. I believe that's a regular season finale, but we'll see how that goes. But thank the good Lord for giving me the opportunity to praise his name again, and we'll go and try to get us another one and find opportunities where we need it.
There you go. All right, there's the thoughts, of course, of MDW. Matthew David Wood, 3rd win in a row. He's dominated right now from Charlotte to Autodromo and now Road America. In 2 weeks, Sebring, March the 17th on Happy St. Patty's Day, Mid-Ohio Chicane, Monza. That's the tracks that they're running for the month of March as we take off next week. Let's grab down second place from MDW. Let's go down to the man of course, Tyler Justice, Mercedes-Benz, very sharp-looking car. You'll finish second. You're taking this race from the pole and having it settled for second behind MDW, but stayed out of trouble yourself, I guess.
No, he did not take second. That was me.
That was Casey Sullivan. Wesley.
What the hell? Why does it say Tyler Justice?
It's because
apologies.
we're looking at a replay in the
Casey
SDK.
Sullivan,
Yeah.
my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yeah.
Casey Sullivan, you will finish second. My apologies, dude. This damn timing and scoring is getting all cattywampus again. You're taking the race, buddy, and obviously, surviving in your car to finish in second place, buddy. My apologies on that.
Yeah, and surviving's right. That car is quite a handful. I've been
It
dialing
looks so
in
pretty. It looks so pretty.
Oh yeah, the paint's immaculate. Nothing else like it. But the rear end tends to come around a little bit. It's a tricky car to handle. In Charlotte at the Roval, oh my God, it was just a nightmare. But I did some practice here, and I was like, these are pretty good times. Saw everyone else's times. I was like, this might be the Corvette's track. But then, halfway through the race, I see Devin Painter's name behind me. And he stuck with me the whole entire time. But I just couldn't get him off my tail. And I don't know what he's doing on pit entry, but my God, he was gaining like 7 seconds on me every pit. So I knew I needed to do something. I had to take a gamble. I had who was it? Tyler Justice was 14 seconds behind me, so I had a little bit of room to play. So I pitted on lap 42. And everyone else went on 35 or 45. So the tires took as long as the fuel, and I had a feeling Devin wasn't going to change his tires, and he didn't. And I had traction on him for the last, I think, 12 laps of the race.
Very interesting. I don't have any questions, Wesley. Sorry for you there, Casey.
Casey, we got you working.
We got
your camera was froze, but we got you up now. We got you working now. So
yeah. I had to move to another screen. Yeah, sorry we didn't get your cam up during that, Casey. If you can get your cam turned on earlier for the next race, mate, I'll get you up on the screen during the race as well. If you don't mind.
I thought I put in my driver cam.
You did put your driver cam on, but it was just a day late, $1 short. Sorry for me to get it up on the broadcast. That's all. But we'll have it. We'll have it the next one. Yeah.
What's the next track?
We go
Sebring. Sebring International in 2 weeks, man.
The Corvette shines. So I'm, MDW. I mean, am I catching him? Nah. But everybody else, it'll be a good one. I think Devin, Isaac.
It's human, though. He spun out. He went off the course. He was 1 point away from a black flag. I mean, it could happen, right?
Yeah.
Was he really? He was 1 point away.
1 point away. How are you for your incident points, by the way, too, Casey?
7.
Oh, wow. All right.
7 coming off a Daytona 24 win. Just keeping it in the paint.
Congratulations.
Well, buddy, thank your sponsors. And yes, sir, I want to tell you as well, I know you're in the military. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do for our country or what you've done for our country. And obviously, man, thank your sponsors. I love the car. I love the wrap job. And hopefully you can give it hell at Sebring in 2 weeks. I saw a big smile on your face. I think you're looking forward to that track.
Oh, yeah. I love Sebring. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it.
There you go, Casey Sullivan, everybody. He will finish in the number 2 position. That beautiful-looking race car. If I had to pick a wrap car job, pretty machine for the race for today at Road America, it probably would go to the soldier, Casey Sullivan. Let's go down to Devin Painter. Devin, I think this is the first time that we've ever talked to you in NASRA competition, my man. You'll finish in 3rd. What's your take of surviving here at Road America in the Skechers 99, sir?
Yeah, it was all about survival tonight. I knew it was going to be just, these long races. You got to keep it on track. Fortunately, the BMW, it's one of the most stable cars out there. So that kind of, almost gives you a crutch. But even with that said, it's still a challenge. And thought I was to get a solid P2 out of that. But like Casey noticed, I didn't take tires. I didn't think it would matter. But they really, really fell off those last 10, 15 laps. And I made a mistake. I thought I might be able to hold him. But I made a mistake in turn 2, I believe. Kind of got a little loose out in the dirt off of 2. And he got by me, and I just couldn't hang with him. But P3, I'll take it. Good showing. So all in all, good day.
And Devin, you were the only other driver to actually lead a lap going into this race. Obviously, your strategy, you stayed out just that. You seemed to do that one lap later than what the other drivers around you that were up the front there doing. Obviously, it's just not enough, is it, to stretch any sort of fuel strategy in play there to try to jump MDW for the win?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to be able to lead any way that you can when you got MDW in the field. My strategy was really, I wasn't really sure how the tires was going to go. I knew the left front can really take a pounding, but I was getting decent tire wear. So I'm like, if I can just stretch each tank, as far as I can, I was saying, I was going, the first stint a lap further. And, if you do that each time, you can gain, 2, 3, 4 laps by the end.
Yep.
And I was thinking I could just take less fuel and, have a little gap there. And it was going to work out, but tires they were screaming at the end, and it just didn't work out. But still, top 3, can't really complain.
Devin, before we let you go, buddy, please thank your sponsors, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Sebring, sir.
Yeah, just give a big shout out to Josh for throwing this league together. It's always good to get something new. I'm pretty regular on the Friday night series, but it's always nice to go left and right, occasionally. So big shout out to Josh and NASRA and all the guys who throw this thing together. And great series, and hopefully we keep this thing going.
Devin Painter. By the way, don't forget the C.O.P.S Truck Series will be in action on Friday. And again, Chicagoland for the NASRA Cup Series tomorrow night. And we're going, of course, to another race, Chicagoland, I believe. I'm sorry. We're going to Chicagoland, Nashville coming up. All the races on the schedule. Check it out on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You can keep up with all the schedules, all the dates, everything that's going on, and make sure you do. I know it's going to be Chicagoland tomorrow night because it's the final race of the regular season for the NASRA Cup Series, C.O.P.S Truck Series, nearing the end of the regular season. They're in that dash for cash, if you will. And then on next Monday night, playoffs continue at Nashville Super Speedway. So nonetheless, here's a look at of all the events, all of the results and information. I've already gone through it, and we'll bring in Joshua Suss. Joshua, your final take of tonight, sir. A fun night at, of course, Road America. Take off for 2 weeks. The momentum continues to build for the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. It's on to Sebring. I think a lot of people are looking forward to that place.
Oh, yeah. Tonight was a blast. I don't know if you guys saw it. I still have to go back and watch the broadcast, but it's good as always, I'm sure. But me, Adam Newton, and Joey, we were 1, 2, 3 behind each other, and I think it came down to Joey rear-ended me, and he got a black, and then Adam finished maybe like a second behind me. So there was good racing all around from start to finish. I love having the bigger field. Having a track that a lot of people know, too, helps a lot for great racing.
Yeah.
And
fun times indeed.
I'm glad to see where this is going.
Well, it's awesome to see that we had 20-plus cars here. I know there's a build-up from that. I know you continue to tell everybody, listen, get involved, get the word out. Guys, I promise you, you're going to have fun. And everybody that we've spoken with now says, man, I'm enjoying this. I'm liking this. So hopefully the momentum, I think, is going to continue. Sebring, Monza, all the cool racetracks coming up along the way. Mid-Ohio, I forgot to mention that one. Indianapolis Road Course, Road Atlanta. Atlanta. And remember, this is a bi-weekly schedule. So 3 races in March is coming up in a few weeks, and then obviously 3 for that month. And we're going to go all the way until September. So I'm loving this idea that you've created this series, and I hope the momentum continues, sir. Got one more question for you. What do we got to do to stop MDW, Joshua?
I'm not sure. We're going to have to figure that one out.
We said multi-class, Joshua. So add another car class in there and allow him to do it like a radical car or something like that. That's similar to the
Brown
pace.
Vic, somebody said a Pontiac. I said add 50 pounds of weight on his
slow.
car.
That'll
Let
be
him
way
start
too
2
slow.
laps down. I mean, what do you do? I mean, seriously. And by the way, he's only human. He spun out himself. He got off course a couple of times, and he was 1 incident point away from a black flag there, Joshua.
Yeah, that would have made things really interesting.
Yeah. So, Dean, final thoughts as we wrap her up here. Get ready for Sebring in 2 weeks. As always, NASRA, social media. Check it out, man. Always a pleasure, sir. I know you love these kinds of cars in the racing.
Yeah, great racing for the drivers as well, too, especially right at the along the line. There was good battle packs forming throughout the field there. We had a lot of that with T. Bruce and Tyler Justice. Casey and Devin Painter were going at it for quite a bit as well, too, down in the midfield. Joshua Suss had a couple of nice close battles. It was all over the place. So a few drivers were struggling with the track. That's always the case, isn't it? There's usually one track that a lot of drivers just don't like, or they chose the wrong car or something like that. But absolutely cracking racing for sure. And on that calendar, the one that really sticks out for me that I love, I don't know if you've ever been there before there, Wesley, but the combined Monza is interesting because the original Monza is a big oval, right? The high-speed oval track, one of the original ovals in the world. And then you combine it with the actual Grand Prix layout. So you switch between it. You want to see banking elevation, you wait to see that Monza, the old school Monza track. That's going to be a very interesting one that we're going to go to in a couple of...
Fun fact.
Never been to Monza. Been to Monza, so I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, Road America, Road Atlanta, VIR, places like that. Canadian Tire, I went to back in the day, Circuit of the Americas. Go ahead, Joshua, your final take before we wrap her up tonight.
I actually did Monza combined for you, Wesley, because you made the comment when we were doing the fun runs that you would love to see these on ovals.
Yeah. And it's
there
both.
you go. So I created this chaos. There you go, Dean. You're welcome.
It's both.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fun one. That's going to be on March the 31st. By the way, that's round number 6 of Sebring. Next one coming up as we wrap up the month of February. We're back here on Tuesday night, March the 3rd. As always, if you want to get signed up, go to NASRA Racing on social media. Check out Discord and join the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. North American Sim Racing Association.com. Please continue to keep our Commander-in-Chief, our boss, Brady LaBeouf. His father passed away tragically, suddenly the other week ago. He's continued to be in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you to Cody Knott for handling operations for the time in his absence. He does a great job anyway as Vice President of NASRA since 2020. And we thank also Mr. Joshua Suss of the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. When the Murph's Magical Creations 2 hours of Road America concludes, it is MDW Matthew David Wood again winning for everybody at NASRA. And of course, for Bigglestein Hopton, I'm Wesley Outlet. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Sebring. Enjoy the rest of your February, and thank you for watching or listening.